Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your guy Rez. I do apologize. I had some technical difficulties. Something up with my audio and video. It said that my pop-up blocker was blocking the stream. So I was trying to figure it out. Wasn't working. I don't know what happened. I tried to restart it, and it basically, eventually it went through. But I was trying to figure it out for a couple minutes, man. But I do apologize, everybody who was patiently waiting. But yeah, to start things off, guys, as I always mention, these live streams, I do welcome everybody. Looks like there's 8 people in here right now. Shout out to the 8 people that are viewing and tuning in this Wednesday evening. Just a couple things about these live streams, guys. I do them every Wednesdays from 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. I do different topics every week. I do take requests as well. So, we are at episode 43, moving along pretty quickly here, guys. I do apologize because I did not go live last week. I had some things I needed to take care of, but we're back. We're stronger than ever, and we're ready to kick off this live stream this evening, man. But if you guys see the title in the description of this live stream, episode 43, you guys probably have an idea. I'm sure it has happened to one of you guys at least one time. So yeah, impulse buys. I thought about this topic because I've been a victim of this one too many times, and there's something that I kind of want to assess from my point, point of view, and also I invite everybody who wants to chime in with this subject as well, man. But yeah, whether you guys want to admit it or not, us as collectors, at least I'm sure most of the people that are in this room are collectors of some sort. And sometimes I catch myself doing it knowingly, but I still do it anyways, and that's really bad. So I want to add some structure to these live streams for this episode and also episodes moving forward. So I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to kind of give you guys my definition of or not definition, but I kind of want to give my point of view of how I feel about the topic at hand. And then basically from there, I will open the floor. I will send the link to anybody that wants to hop on and say their piece, or if they have questions and if they need clarification of what I said, I'd be more than happy to have you guys on as guests. But yeah, man, recently impulse buy, something that happened to me recently was the other day. I bought a bunch of random items from a fellow thrifter in my area. Shout outs to the homie P408, aka Shark City Vintage, for being just a really overall dope and solid guy, man. I highly recommend checking him out. I've shouted him out a couple of times on my videos before, but if you guys don't know who he is, he's basically like a vintage seller out here in San Jose, California, man. And he blesses a lot of people for a lot of great deals of just numerous things. Everything from vintage hats to collectibles to jerseys, whatever the case may be, shirts. He does some great stuff, man. And I know he does this full time, and I know he's all in with it. And I commend I tip my hat off to that man, because he actually really looks out for a lot of people, man. Believe it or not, he's not out here to break people's bank. I think his prices are very fair. He does trades as well. He also ships. So if you're not in the San Jose area and you'd like something, check him out. Check out his page on IG at P408, or his other page, Shark City's Vintage. And he also has a page for his son called $10 Deals, which is basically a page that sells everything from $10 and under. So definitely very reasonable pricing. Yeah, in terms of the jersey stuff, like I said, I would just know what you're looking for when you buy from him, because a lot of the stuff that he sells may sometimes not be legit on the jersey aspect of things. And I don't mean that in any disrespect whatsoever. It's just, for me, being in the jersey game as long as I've been, I kind of already know what I'm looking for. And, that I say that, I say that respectfully with anything that you're really looking into, not just jerseys, but sneakers, toys, whatever. Just know what you're looking for, because you don't want to get duped into buying a fake, or counterfeit, unless you really don't care about that type of stuff and you just want to buy whatever you find for a great deal. Then more power to you. But For me, like I said, man, I like to rock genuine merch. I don't like that foo-foo stuff, man. I want the real shit. You feel me? So yeah, so kind of going back to the topic at hand. So I bought a bunch of stuff from the homie P. And originally I went there to pick something up. And I went to pick up this item right here, which I will share with you guys. And as you could see, this is a half scale endo skull of the Terminator. This is from the Genesis movie. I mean, really, the Terminator skull is pretty much universal, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not like I'm not like a Terminator snob, so I don't know like all the different models and stuff. But this looks like to be the T800 model, which is the Terminator that Arnold Schwarzenegger is famously known for, under his skin. And I got this for like $10, which is a really great deal, right? So he's been holding this item for me for like over a month now, right? And I'm like, yo, I gotta pick this thing up from him, man. I can't have him hold this forever for me. So I hit him up. I go to the spot originally to pick this up, right? And then I go there, and then obviously I walk out with more stuff. And I also had an item that I traded him, and I ended up walking out with more stuff, and I paid more money than I originally had planned to going there. So again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying about impulse. Impulse basically the definition, which I will pull it up right here on my phone, says that the definition for on impulse means suddenly and without forethought, impulsively. On an impulse, he returned to the bar. That's like, to kind of use it in a sentence. And yeah, man, that's kind of one of those things where it was definitely an impulse buy when I was there. And just trying to figure it out, like I said, the definition of impulse is a sudden, strong, and unreflective urge or desire to act. So, you just randomly have this like random thought in your head or in your mind to just do something and buy something, or whatever it is, not even just buy, but just to do something without even thinking about it. So I really want to break this down, and I really kind of want to get people's thoughts on this because, I know for me, I battle with that a lot, and I catch myself doing it many, many times. And I tell myself I'm going to correct it. I'm like, yeah, I got to stop doing that. I got to be really diligent with making sure that I don't buy stuff on impulse. And I find myself doing it later on. Not if it's with one particular thing, like a jersey. I'll tell myself, yo, Rez, like I got to stop buying so many jerseys, man. I need to calm down, and I need to be selective. I'm not buying jerseys for a month, right? I start buying hats, for instance, right? I start getting hats. I start buying all these different types of hats. I buy vintage hats. I buy new era fitted hats. I buy streetwear hats, whatever the thing is, right? I start buying. I'm like, yo, I bought a lot of stuff. I need to calm down, I need to stop buying hats on impulse. Then I see something like this pop up, which is a collectible item. Dope, by the way. It's really dope. I'm not saying it's not. And then I start buying. I start buying this thing. I start finding myself buying another collectible. I got this collectible. Shout outs to Bob Ross, rest in peace. But I start buying this, and then I start getting Spawn, and and I start getting all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, like this is a vicious cycle right here. And obviously, we all know like space is limited. At least for me, it is. I don't have like the room to accommodate everything that I'm into, and it's tough, man. Because like I said, man, like for me, I know there's people out here in the panel that collect just one thing, whether it be jerseys or just sneakers or whatever. I get that, and I respect that. For me, I don't want to just be collecting one thing. And unfortunately, I don't know if unfortunately is the right term for that, but like for me, like I collect so many different things. I'm into collectibles, I'm into hats, I'm into sneakers, I'm into jerseys, I'm into Funkos. Uh, the list goes on. I'm into t-shirts. That's another thing. Streetwear, which is another streetwear shirt I'm rocking. Shout outs to Obey, the brand. Love that brand. But I mean, like my point is, all these times, there's times in my life where I'm not like even thinking about buying anything of that particular item. And then suddenly just clicks like that. And then I just start going ham, and I just start buying buttloads of things and items and stuff like that. And it grows exponentially, like prior to COVID, my jersey collection was nowhere near what it was today. And granted, I used to collect jerseys back before COVID way even existed. That was like back in like 2000, and I think it was like 2002 when I started really getting jerseys and stuff like that. But like, I wasn't buying jerseys for like 6, 7 years, and then all of a sudden, my collection quadrupled. I have more jerseys than I did back then when I was strictly just all into jerseys, all in at that time. And now it's like I have a bunch of jerseys. I have more jerseys now, but I also have a bunch of other things now as well. And obviously that factors in my job. Now I could actually afford this stuff, but it's a vicious cycle, man. And like I want to I want to talk about it. I want to break it down. Like I don't think it's necessarily um it's a bad thing, but it's definitely something to be very cautious about. I think, especially when anything that involves spending money, I think is a very something to really consider. You know what I'm saying? And you have to really I'm not trying to scare anybody in here that's starting out collecting, because that's not what I'm here to do. I encourage you guys to collect if that's what makes you genuinely happy. I really do. Um but I want people to understand the consequences of collecting, and what happens when you do things like impulse buying, because I feel like impulse buying and collecting, they go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've known anybody who is collected in their entire life who has said that they never they've never bought anything on impulse. If somebody's in here and does that, let me know, because I need to hear that golden advice, man. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Shout outs to the people that are in here. I see a bunch of the comments popping off, man. I do apologize. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I just kind of want to say this from me, and then I kind of want to, highlight some comments and invite people to join the stream if they want to talk about it and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I will show you guys the items that I bought. Like I said, which was impulse, in just a few moments here. But that's kind of where I'm at with this particular topic tonight, man. I know some of you guys are probably thinking, "Oh, what about the finals? What about the NBA side?" Like, yeah, we could talk about that too. But I wanna get this out of the way, and I want to talk about this, and I really want to break this down, and I want to understand everybody's thought process, because if the chances are of me thinking about it like this, what are the chances of somebody else thinking like myself, or do they approach this differently? I know that we just recently, all like most of us, have uploaded a Fab Five video. Shout outs to Throwback King for coming up with this great idea, very fun. But basically, if you guys didn't see my last video that I did, I was responding to King Leonidas and Throwback King with this challenge that Throwback King made up called the Fab Five, and it was basically show us your favorite collectible, show us your favorite hat, your favorite sneaker, your favorite jersey, and what am I missing? I'm missing something. I'm drawing a blank right now. Sneaker, hat, collectible, jersey, and jacket. There you go, jacket. So it was show us your 5 of those favorite, out of your collection and whatnot. And that's it took me a long time to do that, to pick everything, because I have so many different things of each category. And it kind of dawned on me a little bit. I'm like, damn, dude, like a lot of this stuff that I have, did I buy this stuff out of impulse? I probably did, but I had all this stuff to factor into the video, and it just kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and I was just really trying to figure this out. I'm like, yo, like, what was I going through at that time, that point in time when I made that purchase? What was I thinking? And I think a lot of it has to do with having these dialogues with yourself in your head. Just really talking to yourself and having these conversations, I think, is something that everybody needs to acknowledge and be open about. Don't I wouldn't be in denial about it, because I feel like with some of us, some of us are in denial about it. Like, no, I can control collecting. And it's just one of those things. But going back to the impulse thing, like if you have a lot of stuff that you've bought and you're like, do I really want this? Why? No, I don't really want this. So why did I buy it? That's what I want to know. That's what I really want to break down this evening. But let me start highlighting some comments here. And let me see. Jake says, "Howdy, figured I pop by for a bit before heading to work." Oh, for sure, Jake. Hopefully you're still here, man. Eli, we going up. You heard. What up? What up? Danzel, what's up? Rez, what's up? Danzel, appreciate you hopping on this Wednesday. Bay Area Throwbacks, what's good? What's up? Celtics in 7? Nah, bruh. You tripping. Oof, yeah, that's kind of an issue for me at times as well. Yeah, so I would love to hear your thoughts on that as well, Jake. So, Big John, it's happened to me so many times. I feel it, bro. That looks dope. Nice figure. Thank you. Got one, coach. You know the vibes. Man, I'd be on a Brooklyn Nets starter jacket from the NBA store. Financial res. My boy Leo. Let's see. Jake says Bleacher Report at Bleacher Report 3M. The Rockets are trading Christian Wood to the Mavericks and shit. That has nothing to do with impulse buying, but okay. What's up, Mighty? Would love to hear you hop on if you want to tune in tonight. Let's see. King of Jerseys. What's up, TJ? What up? What's good, everybody? What's good? All right, so I'm gonna open the I'm gonna send the link and I want to put it in the description if you guys want to hop on and you guys want to chime in with me to kind of break this down. But like I said, going into this topic tonight about impulse buying, it's something that I really want to understand, and I really want to try and correct and be more, I guess, diligent with it, because it's one of those things where you have to really tread softly when you're into this type of thing, whether it be jerseys, whether it be into sneak, and just anything in general. I think anything that involves spending your money, anything that's in your bank account, in your pocket, in your wallet, and you buy, can be deemed as impulse. So all right, I'm gonna have two guests here hop on with me right now. I'm gonna let Jake hop on. What's up, Jake? And
What
I
up?
got Bay Area Throwbacks, the homie. What's up?
By the way, fellas, I figure you might like this.
Go Dubs! Let's go. Let's finish it tomorrow, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah. Please finish it tomorrow.
Oh man. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys hopping on this evening with me here. Obviously tonight's topic, I kind of talked about it.
Yeah, and like I say, Rez, too, I apologize for sending that link, but that literally just broke like right during the beginning of the stream and stuff. So that could, I guess, like, I don't know if there's any Christian Wood fans out there, but that could kind of tie into like, oh my, especially if you're a Mavs fan or something like that, like, oh my God, now I have to go get a Christian Wood jersey. You never know.
I get you. No, I got it. I got you, bro. But yeah, man, what up, Eli?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, man. So tonight's topic, we got 4 people with me on the stream here, man, is impulse buying, man. So obviously you guys heard what I needed to say. If you guys hopped on later, it's all good. But basically, I want to talk about impulse buying because I feel like it's something that we've all been a victim of. And I know we've done it in some way, shape, or form, whether it be jerseys, whether it be a Mighty Mouse collectible, whether it be a hat, whether it be something of our sports team. Like I'm sure we've done it. And, I guess to open the floor here, like, what are your guys' takes on it? And do you guys still find yourself dealing with this currently?
Well, for me, not as much recently, but I know like when I first really got into the jersey game and stuff like that too, like especially with my Vikings and stuff like that, I'd find an authentic jersey of a player and just be like, ooh, mine, especially if it's more of an obscure, like either design or player or something like that. But obviously, of course, with, prices being the way they are and just overall inflation on everything and just scalping and just there's just a bunch of stuff where obviously to the FOMO thing, I think FOMO was probably a big reason at the beginning for a lot of people, especially in this day and age. Like case in point with the City Edition jersey for the Dubs this year, the let's see here, what else? The Valley jerseys and stuff like that. I understand why, like a lot of people probably impulsively bought those just because, well, now they're like, either resale for like way too much or, I mean, you can't even find fakes anymore. In fact, there's actually on a Discord server from the homie Mike at Jersey Connect. There's actually someone that posted like someone was selling a fake of the Dubs City Edition jersey for this year. Someone bidded $850 for it. That's not a joke. $850.
You said it was fake?
Well, they said it was fake. Like I mean, I couldn't. Obviously, I didn't have it right in front of me, so I couldn't tell.
Wait, they advertise it as selling?
No, well, to be fair though, it was just a picture and all that stuff, and it's just like
that's rough.
I saw that and I'm like, well, because like I say, I don't own the jersey. I don't really haven't seen a lot of pictures of that, so you can kind of see where the impulse issues are there with that too. Like,
yeah,
and even in my case,
just to kind of piggyback what we were saying, I don't mean to cut you off, but I kind of want to get your thoughts on it. Because even with like your teams, because I know you're a Minnesota guy and you rep the Minnesota teams, but don't you ask yourself sometimes, like even when you buy players of your team, like it's impulse, because sometimes I find myself buying players of the 49ers, for instance, that I'm not really a fan of, but I bought it because he was a 49er, and I don't really like this player though, but I bought it because it was of the 49ers. I feel like, oh, well, I wouldn't be a collector of that, or I wouldn't be a fan of that team if I didn't buy that jersey. And I'm like, you know what, dude? Like, I was asking myself, I'm like, yo, I have so many 49ers jerseys. Like, I could be wearing, like, I'd be cool with just, like, maybe less than a handful of 49ers jerseys and players on that team. Like, Frank Gore, Patrick Willis, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana. Like, there's a list of them that I have. But then I have players, like oddball players, that I wasn't really a fan of, but the fact that they played for the 49ers, I was just like, yeah, no, like I'm gonna get them. And you know what? I don't want to have that. I want to refrain from doing that because one, of the space, two, it's money that I could be using towards something else that I really want, or somebody that I would really like to have in my closet. Referring to a jersey, obviously, yeah, like it, like don't you? Has that applied to you for like your Minnesota stuff?
For me, yeah, I'd say early on it was that way, but now I've really haven't bought a Vikings jersey probably in about 10 months-ish or so. Honestly, it's been a while, but yeah, I mean, I totally understand and agree with that because I was one of those that, well, for me, let's put it this way. I literally have a Troy Williamson jersey. I have a Laquan Treadwell jersey. I have almost every iteration of Brad Johnson. I have a bunch of just like kind of more obscure players and stuff like that. But I also have a lot of like the jerseys I have are actually players that I watched and like really enjoyed watching, like Jared Allen. I have a few of his jerseys, and even including his Chiefs one, and you don't even see that hardly anymore. And so, yeah, I mean, definitely early on, that was more of an issue. But now, as of now, I really don't, purchase a lot more, especially because I currently have players on the team. So for me, I always try to at least have like a player that's currently playing for the team. So, and, if I find something, whatever, that's cool, I could pick it up or whatever, but I'm not actively searching. So
you said, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off again, but like you said that keyword, you said player currently on your team.
Yep.
So that if there's a player in your squad and there's nobody that's good or anybody that you're a fan of, but they're currently playing, will you be tempted to buy something for a current player, even though there's really nobody on your team that you're like, I'm not really a fan of, or I'm just getting it because, he's actively playing?
Well, honestly, as of now, probably not. Just because it's like with the way the jersey prices are going and, with me taking care of like a few bigger purchases and stuff like that in my actual adult life and stuff like that. But And
Yeah.
worst comes to worst too, I do also have like some vintage players, like older players and stuff like that too. So while I may, it's very fluid. It all just depends, because I'm not actively looking. Even though, yeah, sure, it'd be cool to have a Justin Jefferson. It'd be cool to have Patrick Peterson. It'd be cool to have guys like that for me, but again, it's just if one of them comes along for either like a fair price or I get one gifted to me or something like that, yeah, sure, I'll gladly take it. But as of now, I have 3 jerseys of players that are currently on that I actually like, and that's not really to say. And I'm also one of those too. If worse comes to extreme worse, I'll just get a custom with my name and number on the back, and just that way I know I have it for a while. Especially with like all the players that are constantly coming in and out and all that stuff, which is where also a lot more impulse comes into it too, because it's like, especially if it's a player you grew up loving,
Right.
but they didn't play for your team, and then they either get picked up by your team or whatever the case might be there, it's just like, then you definitely be more tempted. But thankfully, in my collection as a Vikings fan, I feel content where I'm at, because I have a lot of different styles of a lot of different time periods. And like I say, I've had a lot of my jerseys, I've had a lot of these, hell, going back to like 2012, 2013, sort of when I really started getting into the jersey game myself, that I'm perfectly fine with just rocking with. Because, yeah, I will admit early on, I don't know if the rest of you guys, obviously Rez nowadays, but it's like we heard your spiel, but I don't know if a lot of you guys, were that way too when you first started. It's just like, ooh, I need this. Ooh, I need this. Ooh, I need this.
Let me show you guys what I picked up, which I said was impulse, right? So prior to me buying this, I knew nothing about this team.
Oh, and by the way, too, real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of, well, not really an impulse buy per se, but I've actually been kind of eyeballing this particular thing for a while. I do have another pickup coming within the next couple days or so, so stay tuned for that too. Shipping over from Fanatics International UK. So,
wow.
Better be a Warriors jersey.
What up, man? Hey, let me show this. Let me show this off real quick, and then I'll let you speak, man. But yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So as I was mentioning, I knew nothing about this team prior to me getting this. It's a hat, and maybe you guys might be able to identify it, but I had to look it up. Like, I literally didn't know anything about this.
Was that minor league?
What's that?
I can't say I recognize. That's a minor league hat.
I knew no. So it is a vintage hat. I gotta clean it because it's like, it's a new era hat. And my stupid self, I accidentally broke one of the snaps.
Dope.
Which,
oh man,
it wouldn't mess me up because the snap that broke, like, my head wouldn't. It's like it was like the very last snap at the end. My head's not that big.
Ooh,
well, I didn't cut nobody off. I was like, what was that? What was that?
I'm saying though, like I said, I knew nothing about this hat, right? I just liked the way that this logo looked. And for those of you who are wondering who it is, well, first off, you guys know who this is? I'll give somebody a chance to.
Wait, is there a college team?
No.
Is it a minor league?
Oh,
it's a minor league baseball team.
I remember.
Are they for the A's?
Wait, are there the? Wait! Is that the Seattle Marlins?
No.
Oh,
that's a gator on there.
It's not a gator, which is
why am I getting something like Mississippi Mud Dogs or something like that?
Lizard?
That was like
so
like a shark.
so obviously, I don't think any of you guys know, right? So
I kind of vaguely remember someone in the fitted group.
Is it Superman?
Like years ago, they had the fitted, but I forget the team they said it was.
Yeah, so pretty much, to answer your question, Bay Area, they were an affiliate to the Oakland Athletics, but this team was known as the Madison Muskies. So basically, they're a team now that that they changed their name, and I'm just reading up on it. But they were a league in the Midwest League, Class A North Division, and their major league affiliates were the Oakland Athletics. Hence the color here. You could see.
Was it Madison, Wisconsin?
Yes.
Oh.
See now, Bay Area needs to get one.
Yeah.
Yo, repping the Bay, you know.
I knew
repping the Bay.
I knew nothing about this hat other than the colors. Then when I found out, I was like, all right, that's pretty dope, man. Like, yeah, you know, rep the Bay Area. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew nothing about it, but because I like the logo and I like the color, like, I decided to get it.
What level was it? Is it single A, double?
Huh?
Was it single A, double A, triple A? What do you know? What level it was?
Single A, double A. I'm not sure what you mean. Like what?
Minor leagues, there's rookie ball, single A, double A, triple A. It's not just one.
Yeah. So I'm reading it here, and
You said it was like low A or something.
Yeah, it says that.
It's all good.
Like I said, dude, I just bought this out of impulse. I knew nothing about the team or its history other than the fact that they were a minor league team, and that they were an affiliate to the Oakland Athletics. But going back to my point, man, case point, like it was strictly impulse because I knew prior to me even getting it, I knew nothing about it. So how could I have bought something if I knew nothing about it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you learn something, you know. I try to convince myself into getting things like, oh, you know, but it's cool, you know, it's something that it's different. I don't have anything like this, so I'm gonna add to the collection. But at the end of the day, it's still impulse. So that was kind of my thought process. But Big John, man, I know you messaged me before I went live, man. So I want to give you some time to speak what you want to on this whole topic this evening, man, about impulse buying, because you said you had something that you wanted to say about this.
Oh yeah, man. This is a topic. This is a topic I'm real passionate about.
Oh, again with that one timer.
Last year I started out collecting jerseys, man. I can't tell you how many jerseys I bought impulsively, man. Like one of them being, I think it was an '82 Tampa Bay Doug Williams jersey. Don't get me wrong, I love Doug Williams, but I hated the fit of the jersey. It was one of the jerseys.
Oh, my bad, John.
So you bought something, but you bought the Doug Williams, but you didn't like the fit of it. Did you know that though before you bought it, or did you know that already and then you?
I was a first-time collector. I didn't know.
Okay.
You know, you got to remember, I was still brand new to this.
I think you get a pass on that one. Because if you're brand new and you're buying something and you don't know, I mean, you can't really blame yourself for that, man.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. But there's been other things too.
We pray. My bad.
It's like every time I buy a jersey now, I ask myself one question: how bad do you want that jersey? That's the only question you got to ask yourself.
Yeah, I can relate to that too.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It was not too long ago. It was 2 weeks ago.
Eli, hold on, man.
My bad, bro.
You're good. I just want him to finish his thought here because I know he's.
My bad, John.
Thank God, Rez, because don't worry, I love your live stream, but I never get the opportunity to talk, man.
Bro,
there's so many topics I want to talk about, but I'm happy you're giving me some time to talk about this. Because let me tell you something, man. Impulse buying, it is dangerous. Like there have been so many times where I didn't want to buy something, whether it's going to the mall or something. Like I get this from my mom. We see something and right off the back, and it's like now we just stop going to the mall unless we have to. Otherwise, we don't go for no reason.
Gotcha.
Because it's ridiculous, man. Impulse buying is dangerous, man. I don't recommend it.
This is the pure definition of impulse for me, bro.
Oh,
look at that, man. Look at that muskie right there. Look, how could you not like that muskie? Look at him. He's got the baseball bat behind the M, ready to swing. And I looked it up. What is a muskie? A muskie is a fish. So
I mean, you're a big fan of the team anyway, so you had to get it.
I didn't even know that though. That's the thing. Like I wasn't a fan, like prior to me making the purchase. I just thought like, yo, these colors look like ace colors. Maybe they have some relation, but you know, like going back to what Big Don was saying, man, like it's dangerous. Like I agree. I wouldn't disagree one bit with what you're saying, and I know you've experienced it firsthand with a lot of things. So
A lot.
What would you say is your biggest impulse buy, Big John? Like
Impulse buy. I'm trying to think.
it could be a jersey, it could be
But
memorabilia, whatever.
Definitely a jersey, man. That creamsicle Steve Young.
What?
I didn't like the fit of that. Bro, I didn't like
Really?
the fit of the jersey.
No way. Really? The creamsicle Steve, the one that I have too?
Bruh, I just didn't like the fit. A lot of these jerseys, I've gotten to the point. If I don't like the fit of it, I just sell it, man.
Damn.
I can't tell you how many of these impulse buys. There were so many things I wanted to buy, but unfortunately I never got to because I did all these impulse buys.
What about your Jerome Brown Eagles?
Oh, I don't have that either.
I thought you had one.
I've gotten rid of a lot of the jerseys, man. I only kept the ones I really like. It's just I was going down a dangerous path, man.
You still got the rookie LTs?
What you say, Mighty?
You still got them rookie LT jerseys?
Oh, I still got my LaDainian Thompson jersey. I still got them.
Good man. I wouldn't get rid of those.
Yeah.
What about your Walter Payton?
I love those. I love Adidas, man.
You still got your Walter Payton?
Oh, I don't have my rookie Payton no more. The only one I got is the Korea Run 85, and that jersey I'm never getting rid of, man.
That's the one that I got. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the one that I got, man. Like I said, like I agree with what you're saying, man. So like, what have you done though? Like, what have you done to I guess avoid doing that in the future? Like, are you taking precautions and steps to making sure you don't do that, or are you just kind of going with the flow?
I'll tell you what I started doing, man. I got to the point I just stay off eBay and all that. I do busy work. That's the only way, man. I keep myself busy because I know if I don't keep myself busy, I'm doing impulsive buys.
Idle hands.
I got you, bro. Trust me, man. I think Throwback King said this too, man. He was like, I gotta delete eBay if I'm gonna like give this up. Otherwise, I'm gonna continue to buy stuff. And I'm the same way. I have not ever since I got a phone and I started having apps. eBay was one app that was never deleted from my phone, not once, unless I had to update it or something because it wasn't working. The only time I deleted it, but I've never deleted it. Yeah, it's always on my browser.
Thing before I hop off, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I like the new 2020. Man. I can't tell you how much money I've been saving now. Ever since I stopped buying, all these jerseys and all that, I can't tell you how much money I've been saving. And I've been using that money towards either trips with my family or whatever the case may be. You never know what's gonna happen in life, man.
Oh, I got you. I completely get it, man. Yo, there's some clicking in the background. Is that?
Yeah.
Do like a volume check real quick. Who was that? I'm not sure who's clicking.
Is it me? Let me.
I don't know.
Well, anyways, Rez, it's been good talking to you, my friend. I gotta go.
Man, it's still clicking.
Yeah, for sure, Big John. Hey, I appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Later, John.
And
Later, John.
Be strong, be diligent.
Free jet party.
The good Lord gave you.
Amen.
All right, John. Have a good night, brother. Thank you.
Peace out, John.
All right, Big
free
John.
jet party. I said free jet party.
Man, always being honest and just a real dope person all around, man. But yeah, Bay Area, Eli, maybe. I know you guys haven't really said much about this topic, man, but I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts on it, man.
Yeah, it's cool, bro.
Does someone have something on in the background, like volume on or TD or something?
I think it's Eli.
It's me?
I think the TV.
Yeah.
I can hear,
Yeah,
but
TV, but
somebody's clicking though. I don't know where that clicking is coming from.
I think it's Eli. Because now it's not clicking anymore.
Yeah, I don't
something like that.
Yeah, it's
My
Eli.
bad.
All right, no,
That's me?
Try to
That's you.
try to hop back in. I'll try to get off and then get back on.
Yeah, I got you.
For sure. So yeah, like just kind of going over, what I was saying, but like Mighty and Bay Area, man. I know with you, Bay Area, you're like very particular with what you get. So like, but I'm sure at some point in time, like you've been a product of impulse buying. Like I'm sure we all have at some point.
Yep.
Can you shine light on that?
Yeah. So I basically
You just did.
What's up?
You just did.
Oh, which one?
BP, you hated that jersey, and all of a sudden you're doing a review on it.
Oh, no,
jersey.
I returned
that. BP, the McGuire, the naive.
I returned.
Throwback King the business for getting one of them. He's like, how could you do that? That A. And all of a sudden he's got one.
All right, so Mighty, let me explain this real quick.
You gotta explain yourself.
Okay, so I bought that jersey a while back. So I made that video a while ago. I returned it already.
No, you're good, bro.
Oh.
That's why.
Yeah, just making sure. My bad, babe. My bad.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
I bought that jersey a while ago.
Oh.
I returned it, but I was like, I have the jersey anyway. Might as well make a video. And then, but I got it that way before I was getting on Throwback King about that. But even that one, I only got that because the picture was a different jersey. So that was, yeah. Anyways, but the main impulse buy that I was just gonna share that I kind of got caught up in the hype, and usually I don't, because if people like things, if everyone could like something that I think is ugly, it's not gonna make me like it. I don't care what people like. But one thing I did kind of fall in the trap of, which I'm not too mad about it now, but at the time I really didn't care for it, was the City Edition this year Curry. The black one.
The black one?
Yeah, because to be honest, I wasn't that much of a fan. I wasn't planning on getting it. I wasn't that much of a fan of that jersey. But I saw it for what most people would think is a crazy price, but was the cheapest I found it. And just because I knew it would be hard to find, and I found it in my size for a somewhat decent price, I bought it, which usually I don't do that if it's a jersey I don't really like. But, I mean, it's grown on me, and I'm happy I have it now. But that was a jersey where I just kind of fell into the hype of, I knew everyone was into the City Editions. I knew down the line it might be something that I have that a lot of people may not have. And usually I don't get a jersey just because people don't have it, but I get it if I like it. But that was, I guess, my main impulse buy. I could say that I really, even when I bought it, I was like, do I even really want this? I just kind of bought it, but I'm happy I got it now. But at the time, I really don't. I bought it more just because I would say that was the one time I fell into like the hype of buying a jersey that everyone was into that I really wasn't that much into.
So what's the biggest thing that you could think of that was like bought out of impulse, like your biggest impulse purchase that you've ever bought?
I would say it'd have to be that, because that one ran me a few hundred. So
what about that Michael Vick jersey that you were wearing in your old throwback photos?
Oh, that one, I didn't get that one for that one. I got that for like less than $100. I mean, I don't remember how much I got it for, but that one didn't cost that much.
So
I like that.
Okay.
So back in the days, I used to get jerseys of players. I wasn't back then. I didn't collect only Bay jerseys. I collected I always wanted a Mike Vick jersey, so I wanted that one. I had a Black Eagles Mike Vick too. I wanted that one. I had the rookie AI jersey. I wanted that one. So even back then, any jersey I got that wasn't a Bay Area team was one I wanted. So I wouldn't really have considered those impulse buys. But now I don't buy anything that's on a Bay team. But back then, I mean, I wanted those jerseys, so I wouldn't consider those impulse buys.
Would you find yourself though, like, would you consider like, out of your collection now, like aside from the Curry jersey, is there anything, not even just jersey wise, but like hat wise or whatever, that wouldn't fit you, or like not fit you, but like wouldn't like really be in the scope of what you're trying to get, like for your collection, that's like, I guess, deemed as impulse?
So, I was just thinking, one of the things I could say is most impulse would be where I have a jersey that's the same style as another jersey I have, like the Giants road jersey. That's pretty simple style. I have a few of those, and that's just because it might be a different oddball player, but it's the exact same jersey. Like, why did I buy the same thing? But to me, it's just kind of like, at least with the Giants, I like having the road ones because it has a different last name, and when I can get multiple of players that I grew up watching, I'll get it, even though it's the exact same jersey as the other one I have. If you saw in Kings of Throwbacks, I just bought a home Giants jersey, which I already have the Bonds authentic. I bought a game used one just because of the patch. on the side. And I know Throwback King would think that's crazy, but I do like patches, so that's kind of like I like having the different patches. But in reality, it's the exact same jersey as my Barry Bonds one, just with different numbers on the back and a patch added. So I could somewhat say those are impulse, but at the end of the day, I like the patches and the variety. So even though it's the same jersey, I really don't mind it. But those would I'd say are the most impulse kind of that I get that I really don't need. I already have the jersey, but from the front you can't even tell it's a different jersey. But I just like having the different players and different patches if it has one.
I got you. Let me just highlight some comments real quick, and then I'll get back to the panel here on the when people are live. But Russell says I had to get the City Connect Otani, bro. You must have paid a fortune on that thing, dude, because that's the authentic, right? The City one that you got, or you got Mighty nodding his head here. Maybe you could shine some light on that.
No, the authentic would have the number on the front.
So it was just regular.
I got that one coming too. The authentic has the number in the front in like a little pattern, like a surfboard kind of pattern, or some sort of like a sticker on a surfboard, something like that. I forget what the reasoning behind that like pattern around the number, but the authentic has the number on the front, and it's besides that number on the front, it's kind of aesthetically the same. It's just obviously the authentic stitched and blah blah blah. But $475 is crazy. Go away with that damn price.
Trust me, you would never see me spend that on a. I mean, maybe never say never, because I have spent some stuff on that in that ballpark range, but not for a regular retail. Definitely not. You know what I'm saying?
I got one around that price, and it was a 1 of 1. So. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. SF.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Flexing on his
same jersey, just different players. It's like,
oh, that's how I feel about the 49ers, bro. Like,
yeah,
very simple jersey, very simple color, but different player, different stripes. I guess are the only really different thing, really. I mean, there's like some clicking. It's still going on. I don't know who it is. But if you guys can mute yourself when you're not speaking, and then when you guys talk, I just want to make sure that the panel could hear it okay, because I know some people's audio is different. But yeah, Eli, man, like how about you, man? Because like I don't really know your collection, or like I don't know if you have so many like items that you feel like, damn, why did I buy this? Or if you're just getting into this, like.
I mean, I just got into it. Not too long ago. I think I was on live like 2 weeks. I was picking like a jersey that I want. I was like, yo, what should I get? Should I get the Chamberlain or the Sean Kemp? You know what I'm saying? I was picking between either one of those two. I was like, man. And when I checked the NBA store, it was in the 3X. And for the Chamberlain, it was only one more on the left. And I looked at Mitchell and Ness, the website, and it had the Kemp also in the 3X. But I was like, yo, I don't know what to choose. And I was like, man, let me get the Chamberlain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, my jersey collection wasn't really that big, but I like what I like.
I got you. I mean, like, have you found yourself though, like buying something, whether it be a jersey, a sneaker, or a hat, that you're like, man, like, why did I get this? Just like whether it be a good deal or whether it be like something that required you to spend money. Like, has that ever happened
yet? Yeah, it's a shoe that I want. I think it was I forgot what's it called. I think it's called the Jordan 1 Zoom Racer Blues. Yeah, I just can't afford it, man. Shoot, the Jordan was like $300.
It's a lot of money, man, for a shoe.
I know. They got it from Flight Club in Manhattan. I think Leo knows about it too, because he's from New York too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's too much money, man. And then plus, every time a shoe comes out, it's like $100-something. It's like it's sold out so fast, man. Like, it's not even funny.
Oh, trust me, man. Dude, like, to kind of go off topic a little bit here, but like there was a drop that Hat Club did today, apparently on their website, and it was a Filipino hat drop.
Yeah.
I clicked on the link. I got the email at around 10:30, but I didn't see my email until like maybe like quarter till noon. I click on that link and everything was gone.
I know.
And I was like, what in the world? Like, I almost, like, if they had everything in stock, I probably would have bought every single color. You know what I
That's
mean?
a fact.
To be honest with you, man, because I'm proud. You know, like, I have a few of those original Filipino hats. They dropped those like back in the early 2000s, and they were a hat club exclusive at that time. It was an original hat club design, and it you know, nowadays, you know, with how the hat game has boomed like so much in the last few years here, like everything seems to sell out. And I was just like, I was really disappointed because I wanted some of those hats, man. I wanted those for my collection. You know, that's sucks, man. But what about you, Mighty? Like, have you found, I know you said you don't sell anything, man, but I know there's things that you bought in your lifetime that was deemed as impulse.
Everything I buy is impulse. Are you?
Even your teams?
I'm sitting in impulse land. You know, you know the thing about it is, and no, you know, it's me. I mean, this is, we're all victims to our own, you know, decision-making process, right? So my biggest issue is when it comes to like, is it an impulse buy or is it not, right? I do have a list. I do have an Excel spreadsheet list of stuff that I would like to get, and I have it down to where the items are, where I, you know, try to say, okay, this is okay here, because I go by cycle to cycle with my card, with my billing cycles. So I'm like, all right, well, we're coming up on July. These are the jerseys I definitely want to grab in July, right? So what happens? Of course, the plans go to hell because new stuff's always coming out. So I'm sitting there at the Phillies game last Friday night, and I get an message from Slim. And he's like, oh, did you see this? So my biggest issue is I just have a fear. Is my fear. And it's my problem. It's the you know, FOMO or whatever it is, right? So I didn't get it yet, but I will couch that with that. But so last week, someone in Kings of Throwbacks posted the picture of the 97 Road Gray Pedro Martinez Montreal Expos that the Mitchell & Ness flagship has, and put it on the group. No one knew about it. Mitchell & Ness didn't advertise it, nothing. But this one person got it somehow. And all of a sudden, it just started this big firestorm, right? So I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, oh, you know, boy, that is nice. You know, I would like to get that. And Slim's like, I bet you. And Slim's writing me, I bet you're lip licking your chops to get that, aren't you? And I'm like, you know me. That's my kind of jersey right there with the flare. And I like Pedro and those Expos jerseys. The road ones are hot. And I'm thinking, you know, but my biggest issue, and I know it's an issue, is when I see someone post something like that, and it's particularly if it's something at the Mitchell & Ness store that I can just go to, right? So what happens then? Now I see it's there, and now all these other Kings are getting it, right? You have like 2 or 3 other Kings, like in the span of the weekend, picked up that jersey. And I'm sitting here going, damn, I want that. And now it's making it worse because other people are getting it, and they're showing it. And they're like, oh, look at this, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, look at that, look at that. That's not helping me any, right? You know, and my biggest issue, my biggest fear is that, okay, well, now I see in the thread, it's like 2, 3, 4 other people are like, I'm going here, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. And I'm like, man, all these people are going to get it. I want to miss out. You know, it's a jersey that I would like to get. I don't want to miss out. Now I got like 3 or 4 other people hunting for it, you know, and now we all know that eventually it's going to wind up on the website. It's going to be on Fanatics. I mean, there'll be other ways of getting it, but I'm in one of these modes of like, oh man, all these people are going to get it, and I'm going to miss it. And I'm going to be the one that didn't get it, and it's in the store in my backyard. I can just go there, and every time I see in the comments someone saying I'm going to get it, I'm like, I got to beat that person there, you know? But I stop myself. Why? Because there's something else I want more. But there's there's always that other thing. But that's my biggest fear, my biggest issue is when I see these things and I see other people going after it, and it's something that I have some interest in. I'm like, if I don't get it, everyone else is going to have it. I'm going to be the one that didn't get it, and I'm going to be kicking myself. You know, now is that realistic? No, because everything that comes out isn't going to be gone within a span of, you know, a week or two. Most things, anyhow. There's some things that could. And there's always other ways of getting it down the road on the secondary markets and even in the groups. But it's just that it's just how I'm wired. It's like, well, if I don't get it, I'm going to miss out. Other people are going to have it. They're going to be happy. They're going to show it. They're going to have it on YouTube. They're going to have it on Instagram. They're going to have it all these places. And I'm going to be the one that's, damn it, I couldn't get it, you know? Even though there's like a gabillion other things I can get, is these other things that are like, well, you know, I kind of want that. And yeah. Do I need it right away? Probably not. But it's just that, you know, I mean, just the other day, Fanatics had a deal. I took advantage of it for the home Larry Johnson UNLV jersey. That's a jersey that now I will say I want. I didn't get the road one when it came out years ago because it sold so damn quick, and I misread the market on that one. But now, was I really in the greatest position to grab it right away? No. You know, I already spent a certain amount. I'm like, I really don't need to. But then here comes that fear of, well, you know, it's a sale and this is going to go around. Everyone's going to be going about this sale. Now more eyes are going to be on it. Let me just get it. Let me grab it. I'll have it. It's in the collection.
Right.
I would consider that was an impulse buy. It is a jersey that I wanted, but did I have to get it right there and then? Probably not. But just that fear of, well, if I don't get it, now all these other, you know, heads are going to grab it, and because it's a sale, and other people, flippers or whatever, are going to get it and try to flip, and I'm going to be the one sitting there with my, you know, my thumb, you know, planted, you know, where, saying, damn it, I didn't go after it, you know.
So that's like the FOMO.
It's an issue.
It basically, from what I'm hearing, it's sounding like the FOMO aspect is kicking in for you.
Big time. And it's always been that way. No matter what I went after, whether it's jerseys, whether it's Mighty Mouse back in the day, whatever it is, that's, you know, and everyone does it their way. My way is almost built off of this nonstop concern that if, you know, okay, I don't want to say being left out, but being like one of those, like, oh man, all these guys are getting this and it is something I want to get, and you know, I don't want to be out of the party. You know, I don't want to be left out. I want to get mine. You know, it's always like, I want to get mine, you know, and not that I always do it, because I do try to be good with other bills and everything, but it's, if I don't do it, I'm going to be left out. I'm going to be feeling a certain way. And it's a scary thing, fellas. It really is. But it's just how I'm wired.
Trust me. I mean, I struggle myself with this as well. Just recent example, we all know that Fanatics dropped a bunch of authentic custom blanks or customization options for NBA jerseys for this year. And man, oh man, I'm still kind of hurting about it, not knowing that I didn't buy anything, but I really wanted to get me some authentic Warriors jerseys from this year because of the diamond swoosh and because of how, well, one, I say Dubs and 6, but, you know, going back to what I'm saying, though, you know, these jerseys, like I had a whole list of players that I wanted to add to my cart, and there was a sale too for these jerseys. So they were like, I think they were like 30% off, 25 or 30% off the marketed $269, whatever retail was. And I had them in my cart. And I remember I was contemplating about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my decision in the morning. History repeats itself. I always do this. Of course, what happens when I do this? Stuff sells out. So I still had an opportunity to get the road version, or Icon in Association. I always get those mixed up. The blue one. And I had those in my cart for a while, but I still was like, oh, I'm going to wait till payday, which will be in a couple days here for me. And I checked it this morning, and I was like, you know what? I could actually probably finance these by using PayPal's, like, you know, pay in 4 option or whatever. And I tried, and I thought about it, and the moment I hit checkout, it said error. There are items missing in your cart, and everything was gone. And so I was like, well, yeah, this is gonna sting a little bit, because Dub Nation, you know, making history right now, and you know, I was really kicking myself because it's the 75th anniversary, so the jerseys looks extra special, you know, with the little diamond swoosh and all that jazz and stuff like that. But I mean, like, yeah, you know, I still kind of feel like I'm kicking myself because I was like, you know what, man, like I could have done it. If I really wanted it, I could have done it. But was I willing to do it? No, because I would have done it if I really was. And I just kind of bit my tongue and I was like, I already have other jerseys. Like, I'm trying to convince myself, like I'm having this dialogue with myself, and I'm telling myself it's like I have jerseys already from this era, from this team. And then another voice that, you know, you got like that little devil on your shoulders, like, oh, but you don't have Jordan Poole though. You don't have Jonathan Kuminga. You don't have, you don't have Andrew Wiggins, who is a player of the game. And I'm like really just kicking and like, damn it, what is going on with me? And I'm having these battles in my head. So I can only imagine what you're going through, Mighty. But you know, like it just sucks because those are like the highs and the lows of collecting, especially for jerseys and stuff like that. And
if I may, real quick,
sure.
you know the worst part of it, at least for me, with all of the Fanatics umbrella sites. So you got Fanatics lids, all the team, you know, the league shops and all that online, and eBay sellers do this too. Certain ones that have like stores. The worst for me is that they'll show you when you click on your size, they'll show you how much if it's getting low in stock. Like they'll say, "Oh, there's only 7 available in a size 2X or something." I'm like,
I know.
Oh crap!
I hate that.
And it's particularly during sales.
I hate that.
And they always have sales, so it's like, it went down to 5. Ooh, it went down to 4. Ooh, it went down to 3. Oh, I better move on it. That's the worst. And I know they do that to make you buy the stuff. I know this is a mind game they like to play, right?
Uh-huh.
So every time I just got a hat the other day, last week, that they had one left in a 7.5. I'm like, all right, I better grab it. Now, did I need to get it right then and there? No, but they had one left in my size, and that to me is probably what makes it worse. And I understand people like, oh, they just don't go on their sites. I'm just not how I roll. I'm on there every day. I can't not be on there every day. I mean, I know people say you can't. I understand who I am. I understand the way I do things. Do I always get stuff? No. But I am always, and I will always patrol those sites every day. All the Fanatic umbrella sites, Mitchell & Ness, eBay, all the secondary markets. I'm always looking, so that's part of the issue. And I raise my hand. I know that's part of it. I know Big John said he stays away from stuff, and bless him for that. I cannot roll that way. This is just how I'm wired, as my dad said many, many years ago. So this is just my DNA. And when I see that stuff's there, do I always get it when I see low in stock? No. But if it's something I'm like, I really kind of, and I see there's like 3 left in my size, I'm like, oh boy. Now I have that decision to make, and that's the toughest thing.
And you can answer this, Mighty, or anybody else on the floor, but like when you guys go through these types of battles, like how do you deal with something? Because obviously all this stuff here requires money, right? Nothing here is given for free, so we all have to earn the money somehow, or have somebody buy it for us, or whatever the case may be. But like for somebody, like I'm gonna use you, Eli, as an example, man, and I'm not trying to like put you on blast or anything like that, but like for somebody,
yeah, take it on.
Because I know what you're saying in the private chat here, so I get what you're saying, man. But like,
you saw it?
I'm the host, of course.
He's the moderator. He sees everything.
I see it all, bro. I got eyes around the city. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, like, what I'm saying though is like, for somebody who's getting into it, but it's like right now is not the best time because whatever reasons you have, whether it be finances or personal or whatever. Like, how do you deal with, I guess, like the people you're around that have all this stuff and you're kind of like left out in the blue, like, does it affect you? Does it play any role in you? Like, you know what? No, I just want to buy this because I want to be a part of this, or I want to be like, I don't want to be left out. Like, how do you deal with that? And this goes to anybody in the chat and also on the panel with me.
Alrighty, I'll quick jump in here since I gotta get going here in a few minutes, but
all right.
Kind of like what I was typing in like the chat and stuff like that, for me, like, and this is one thing that I'm trying to get into more and more, is wait until you have the money, then go do the looking and shopping. Because like you guys say, there's just so many of these sales, and like there's just so many different articles that keep popping in and out, and it's like things, get restocked, they go out of stock, there's new stuff that gets stocked, and instead of just like watching every day and being like, oh, I can't get the, wait until you get the funds or like save up for it, then do your shopping and see what's available. And if there's nothing available then hold on to that and then kind of go from there versus just, blowing your load all in one shot and then finding out that you could have gotten the same thing either cheaper or you could have gotten like even like a better version of it, or like let's say if you buy the swingman version of something but then the authentic comes out for even cheaper than what you bought the swingman for or whatever the case might be, but since you already dropped all your money on one thing instead of kind of waiting and seeing what there's available, and because this is sort of what I tell myself too, is it's just like, because I don't think I've actually gone on eBay myself in about 2 months, like actually gone on and looked and stuff, because it's like it gets to a point where it was like I say, I mean, I'm getting better at doing stuff like this, which is why I say like my impulse buying has gone down a lot.
Right.
Especially being a younger guy and all that stuff and just kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and prices of everything going up, inflation, blah, 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 politics, whatever you want to say. I'm not getting into that, but it's just one of those things where I've got to constantly be on myself because, again, kind of like what I was, messaging with Eli in the private chat over here too. It's just like exactly what I said there, just like basically until you get the money, don't do a lot of searching because you're only just gonna end up like what Mighty said. Well, everyone else is getting this, I should too, but you don't have the funds, or you're just getting yourself in such, a potential bad rut that eventually you just can't see yourself getting out of. And then it just becomes a big issue or a big crutch. You know what I mean? And then, I'm not saying that, it will cause you to spiral down or whatever the case might be, but it's just one of those things where, especially because I know at the end of the day, FOMO is a massive issue, and that's not even just in the Jersey game. That's just everything in general. But with prices going up and everything, it's just like, that's why I'm perfectly fine with waiting until I get the money. Then I go do the searching, because then that way I know that I have the money, or, worst comes to worst, there's nothing I want. You want to try to save your money, and then who knows, maybe you can actually get something even better, or you can get more of that versus, and still be in the world that you don't have to worry about, will I be able to buy food this week? Will I be able to pay for gas? Well, I don't think anyone's going to be able to pay for gas, but again, totally different story. But anyway, it's just like, you know what I mean, though? It's just like, eventually you get to a point where, like, because you keep shooting your shot, you keep buying stuff you don't need, you don't want, or whatever the case might be, just because, well, I need to get this team, or I need to get that team, or I need to try to get all the teams and stuff like that, instead of saving it up and then, actually getting something worth something. You just end up with a whole bunch of jerseys that collect dust on your shelf, and you could have gotten, you could have saved up and either bought something bigger or just, gotten multiples of whatever you want. It's a vicious thing that I've learned the hard way myself, that I'm kind of getting better at, because, the way the world is going these days, it's money is such a premium. Things are just such a premium, and, it's a constant struggle between, do I get this? Do I save? What do I do here? And in some cases, everybody, like, I'll just give this one last thing, then I'll go ahead and hop off here. But everybody's at different stages in their collecting. Everybody, at the end of the day, you've just got to sit down with yourself, nobody else, and you've got to talk to yourself and like get into your brain and be like, what works for me? How can I, stop doing this? Because everyone can tell you till you're blue in the face, don't buy this. If you can't afford it, don't fall for the FOMO. Especially, if it's, again, like a massive jersey, like, the Valley jersey or the City jersey, whatever jersey, or not even just jerseys, but Funko Pops, you name it, But eventually you just got to talk to yourself and be like, okay, what do I need to do to either slow myself down here or instead of going for multiple things, go for bigger ticket items, save your money, and then, you know, actually go for stuff you want versus yeah, that's another issue too, rivalry.
That's buy two.
When you actually buy multiples of the same thing. But
that
yeah,
happened to me actually, but it wasn't for a jersey, it was for a t-shirt. I ended up with t-shirts. I'm like, what the hell? I just
yeah, like I say though, the last thing is it's just, again, eventually you just got to, the best thing you can do is talk to yourself and just, you know, see what works for you, because some people, you know, me included, I just have to cut off places like that, you know, and just wait. And then, yeah, it's just, it's a constant day-to-day struggle. And not even, you know, just, yeah, it's just a constant struggle that I know all of you guys have shared, you know, and it's
I'm
just
open
one of
about
those
it.
things that you have to keep improving on yourself.
Of course.
So
I'm very
with
open
that
about
being
it.
said, though, fellas, you know, you guys have a wonderful night, and I've also, you know, if you ever need someone to like talk to or DM or whatever, you know, social media links, stuff like that, you know, just, you know, even message me on the Kings page, you know, and all that stuff, because I understand it's difficult to do. You know, it's difficult for a lot of collectors to, you know, either slow themselves down or, you know, eventually, you know, just stop altogether. But so, and if you ever just need anyone to like talk to or anything like that, you know, it's just a messed up world out there, you know, and I just don't want to see anyone hurt themselves or get hurt, you know, from stuff that they could prevent. So, with all that said, you guys have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later.
Jake, man, appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to the homie Jake, man, for being open about it. Very knowledgeable.
Yo, here we go with the clicking.
I think it's Mighty. I think you're clicking, man.
Is a
yeah. I think,
it stopped.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to hop back in, hop back out, or hop back out and then hop back in. I'm not sure if you want to try that.
I just unmuted. Did you hear anything right now? Because then if
I don't, nah, I think it's coming from Mighty. I'm not sure what that clicking is, but it's happened before.
Yeah. Hey, Rez, Scott, say something.
Yeah. What's up?
I just want to like follow up when Jake was saying. So, like, I think I said in the private chat, it's not even just jerseys in general. It's just material things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for example, if I had like a chain, right? If I bought it from like, for example, from Goose Shop, something like that, right? Spend like $100, right? And then people be like, oh, where you get the chain from? Especially when you in New York, because you know in New York they just be capping and all that, you know. And then you know them diamond testers they be testing on people. Yeah, you know they be putting it up and then the thing not going up, and then they make fun of you. You just wasted $100 on the chain for what? Like you don't need a chain or a watch to catch up or to impress people. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, yo. Like for real. And all I'm saying is to everybody in the chat right now and the people in the comments, just wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? Your time will come. You know.
Yeah, no, that's
especially in the neighborhood. Especially we insist the times right now, and then people want to rob other people for stuff that they got. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? Especially in urban communities, like the Bronx, for example. You know what I'm saying? I saw on the news that a few people jumped the guy for what? You know what I'm saying? You want to spend your money on the strap and try to rob people, but you can't save your money and get what you want. You know?
Right.
And that's insane to me. If y'all don't believe me, ask Leo. He know.
For sure. Yeah, you know, just to kind of go off of what you were saying, man, I feel like there was a point in time myself where I really wanted to be in a community that I couldn't be in because I didn't have the money to do it. And I'm referring to my sneakers. You know, back in the day when I was in high school, I had no job. I was going to school. Sneakers at that time were like $100 or whatever the price point was at the time. It's a lot of money for somebody who doesn't work. You know, $100 is a lot of money. So it sucked, man, because I couldn't afford it, and I had to like resort to to basically wearing like one shoe for the like every day, the same shoe.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
First world problems, like obviously some people can't even afford shoes. I get that, but
that's
like
a fact.
For somebody who was part of a circle of guys and girls who had all these different types of shoes, styles, sneakers, whatever the case.
Yeah, and designer too, like Balenciaga, Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
Exactly, and the same thing happened with me with the jerseys back in the day. I remember when I was going to college and I had all these jerseys that I accumulated, and I remember everybody was rocking Authentics, and the majority of my collection was Swingmans, and I felt some way about it because I was like, yo, like I got to step my game up. I got to get the latest and the greatest. I got to get that stitch, that triple stitching. I got to get like I was like I had a different mindset then as opposed to now. Nowadays, I mean, I got a Swingman that's hanging up right here in the Raptors right here. I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? But my point being, it's like sometimes we get caught up because we feel like collecting is a race. It's not a race. If you assess it that way, you're looking at it the wrong way because it's something that you got to understand. Like for starters, everybody collects at their own pace. Everybody collects their own thing. People's finances and their situations are different than your own. You know what I'm saying? But we're all part of a community that into the same stuff. So obviously we have that common understanding when we see Angels Otani jersey for City Connect jerseys that we just saw. Obviously we all want that jersey. Well, most of us want that jersey, and you look at it like, yo, I got to get it. And then like Mighty said, you look at Fanatics website, it says, 5 left, 4 left, 3 left, and then you're like, oh, damn, I want to get it.
That literally.
That's so dramatically. My bad. My bad, Mike.
But it's very true.
That got me for the Otani because I mean, I would like to get some of those City Connect jerseys. The Authentics are just overly priced. I kind of stay away from that. But I like the Angels one. The Trout had already sold out, but I don't have an Otani jersey, and that was there. And when I originally saw it, it was full run, and it stayed that way for a few days. So I really wasn't, But then the day came when I looked at it, and it was like low. It was like saying there's only so many left, and that darn paying for has been a real blessing and curse at the same time. But I'm like, I better grab it. And of course, I grabbed the hat too because So
I know firsthand. So I used the paying for to buy that Wade, that Miami jersey.
Just about everything I get is paying for, and it is. But
hey, Rez, I can say something.
It's interest free.
I know. It's great, but it's horrible at the same time.
I know.
But I do remember. I do remember. I'll let others speak. I do remember once Throwback King. Threw the question out is that do we collect just to keep the content going? For our next videos on YouTube or Instagram or where have you, or in the groups. Is that the reason why we're doing it? And I can say no to that because I'm just doing it because I'm just how I am. But I think there's a part of that out there that I think that people, do grab stuff, that next item or whatever, just to throw it out there on, on their social media and get that reaction. Some people, that's what that's what kind of drives them, is that attention, is that, they're getting more views and what have you because they're doing reviews for these things, and maybe that's what drives some, and that's what leads to a lot of the impulse buying. It doesn't for me, but I'm my own worst enemy with that. But I do think there's something to that too, particularly people who want that attention. Here's a way to get it, and not just with jerseys, but sneakers and hats and anything that people have as big time collecting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a way to get a lot of attention, a lot of attention on social media and the hype beasts.
I agree. I agree with my fan, man, because I mean, we all been in high school before and all that, right? So I think it was like back in the day, I think when I was in high school, and then people was like, oh, where's the chains, where's the watches, where's the designers? Like, bro, what does clothes and designer is like based on the person? You know what I'm saying? Like, not even just clothes, materials, and all that. It's cost too. You know what I'm saying? Like if I drive a Toyota Corolla, right, and then you want to judge me, it's like, oh, you drive that piece of junk and blah blah blah. But if a person drive a Lambo, a Corvette, or a Mercedes-Benz Maybach, you're gonna be like, oh, he got bread and this and that. Like I always say to people, never judge a book by its cover because you don't know what they got. You know what I'm saying? Especially in females in general, man. Because I never went through that in my life, but it's some girls that's really like that in this world, yo. And it's like they're so delusional.
I feel it.
You know?
I feel you.
It's like it's insane to me. Like it was back in my middle school years. After I graduated from elementary school, I wore a pair of Jordan Jumpmans. You know why? Because I wanted to catch up. I want to be like the other kids. You know? So and then I got clowned for the whole year. And one of my people was saying that, oh Eli, is this fake this, fake that? Like bro, what does my parents' money has to do with you? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
That's crazy.
People put a status on you if based on what you wear or what you got, and
that's a fact. And when I got into high school, I had a pair of LeBrons. I had the LeBron 15 graffitis. I had those shoes for 5 years, and I still wear them. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what? Hey, what this guy said?
He's Throwback King, man. He's saying that he quoting you. He said back in the day, he said you're 19.
Oh no, yeah, nah. I think back in the day I was like 15. I was 15 in high school. And it was my freshman year. It was my freshman year in high school.
Snacks, man.
Well, in my 6th grade year, I was 12. I was 12 years old.
Let Eli live, man.
Yeah, let me live, man. Damn.
No,
from New York.
Real quick, man. I'm gonna highlight
New York.
I'm gonna highlight some of the comments in just a moment here because there's a comment I want to highlight. But real quick, I want to ask you, Bay Area, man, not to put your personal business out there, but you've been open about being a teacher, your occupation, and you are you a high school teacher or are you a middle school teacher?
6th grade.
Me?
6th grade.
School.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like, do you see that like with your kids, like you see them like feeling like stepping their game up, or you see like young Jersey heads or sneaker heads or whatever, like with your students?
I mean, I think in 6th grade they're still a little young where they're not tripping too much. Most of them just want to wear Crocs all day anyway, and
Crocs
and red. Like I don't know. So I think if I was in high school, I think I'd see it a lot more. But in 6th grade, I don't think. And it's like I don't see them wearing no designer. They don't wear jerseys these days anymore too much. I mean, all they want is Crocs, and I don't even know what they want. So it's a little. Also in high school, I'd probably see more of that. Middle school, 6th grade, they're fresh out of elementary. They're not really thinking about that yet. I think they're more worried about like little video games and stuff.
Yo, King, man, why you gotta expose me like that though? I don't put nobody's business out there if they don't put it on their social media. So that's
nah.
I'm open,
man. That's as far as I go. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's my dog right there, my son Leo, man.
One thing I wanted to point out real quick that Snacks always says is that it's true. If you look at your collection and think about all the stuff that you haven't even worn, that could probably stop you from buying some stuff. Because I was talking to my girl about this. Sometimes I was telling her like I'm not really trying to buy too much right now, just based off. I still have jerseys with the tags on it. I have a lot of jerseys I've only worn one time. So why am I gonna go and buy a whole bunch of other jerseys when I still have so many that I still need to wear? You know what I mean? So that's a good something that Snacks always says that I agree with. That's
that's case point, man. I get what he's saying, and so I want to highlight this comment real quick, man. And I think kind of get off topic just a little bit here, man. But Throwback King said something. I'm trying to find it, but he said something about if he shut down Kings of Throwbacks, would that solve, I guess, the I guess the jersey buying or I can't find that comment anywhere.
No.
You guys know what I'm talking about though, right? Like you guys saw that comment too?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a hard question to answer.
Oh, right here. So he said, question, would it help if I shut down Kings of Throwbacks with people's addiction?
I mean, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's your decision. You know, do you really want to shut it down or keep it going?
He says, "I think the pros outweigh the cons." I do too. I think that with that decision, obviously you have the full power, you have full control on whether or not you want to shut it down because it's yours, you created it. But I think that when it comes to the impulse, that's something that people have to battle with in here. Not with you and what you're doing. You're simply giving us an outlet to talk. If you shut it down, if you just decided, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this. My hands are clean. They're still going to find people are going to find their ways to buy stuff one way or another. You just won't hear about it. You won't see it in the thread. You won't see it. So I don't think so. No.
And I know I brought up earlier about seeing people post stuff. That's just one example of many, for me, as far as what gets me. I use that as an example, but I'm my own worst enemy. It doesn't matter if we made a rule on Kings of Throwback that you can't show new pickups or something, I would still be looking. It's not I'm just buying because so and so is getting this jersey or that jersey. I'm always looking for that next thing. So, but I'm just using it as an example, and it's not even a peer pressure thing with me. It's just more of it's like a fear. And even if it wasn't on Kings, it would be elsewhere. Because let's face it, we are living in an era that so many people are getting stuff so quickly. So, you only have like a window. And it doesn't really matter whether you're getting jerseys or hats, as you said earlier today, at Rez with the Hat Club drop, 2:00 every day. But, that's just what it is. I mean, things are moving at a quicker pace because probably there's less stock being made anymore or being out there. So you are already kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit when it comes to getting stuff. But it's not. Don't misconstrue what I said earlier. It's not a Kings of Throwback issue at all. It's something in my own psyche of that FOMO. It's just, but that's what it is. That's absolutely what it is for me. But if it wasn't in Kings, it would be somewhere else.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I think what happened too, and the perfect example of that is Next Level Talk. You guys remember? OGs probably remember. Oh yeah. That. Next Level Talk, Jersey Central, which then moved on over to Facebook, which we got Kings of Throwbacks and Jersey Kicks the Lids and groups like that, man. Jersey Exchange, I think, like I said, like Mighty said, and I can attest to this, man. Like you guys are basically the moderators of these groups. Are pretty much what they're doing is they're allowing people like us who battle with these psyches, inside with our collecting addiction, and it allows us to basically get other people's opinions and thoughts. Yeah. It's like if I said this, where if I were to shut down my live streams completely, would you guys not want to think about, or would you guys not think about like impulse buying anymore? No. I mean, this like my live stream just started like not too long ago, and there's people, we have collectors here who've been collecting before I was even born. You know what I mean? And it's like some of those things. It's not. I don't want like, cause Snacks. I know like sometimes I feel like you take it you take it a little like hard. You know what I mean? Like when you hear our feedback, and sometimes I feel like you take that like a little to the point like where you feel like you have some sort of responsibility because of our addiction to buy something. And that's not the case. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? But I've met a lot of great people through your idea to create a group like that. I met a lot of great people I'm talking with here, and I'm sure same thing with Bay Area. Like I know you found out about Kings through me, and stuff like that. So I don't hold anybody accountable for that sense. Everything that we do, like I said, is our own doing. We have full control over what we want to buy and what we choose not to buy. This hat, I had full control to get this. Nobody told me, yo, you got to get that hat, man. Look at that fish. Look at that muskie. Like nobody told me to do that. I did that. 100% me. And then, the same thing with this. Like You know, like I like Terminator, but it's like, do I need this? No, probably not. But I got it anyways because it looks dope as hell and it's it's freaking sick. But yeah, just kind of case point to what I was saying, like impulse buying is definitely real. It is something that all collectors should really look into. And not even just collectors, but anybody really that spends their money, because this could happen with anything. This could happen with groceries. This could happen with what is it, like getting your dog groomed. This could happen with getting, going out and having a good time.
Video games too.
Huh?
I said video games.
Oh, yes, video games is the perfect example too. Like,
yo, I can relate to that too, man. It was my middle school year. I was there. I was like 12, and then everybody was talking about 2K, 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 and I was in middle school. I think I was like 2015, and one of the students was like, "Yo, Eli, you can't afford it. You can't afford it. You can't afford it." Like, bro, it's only $60 for a video game. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, I was really heavily into video games and anime,
right?
And I was really heavily into it, and basketball too. I was, I was just playing 2K all day, just keep putting my eyes on the video game all the time. And the thing I don't like, bro, I just don't like middle school, bro. It was the worst years of my life.
Back in the day.
Yo,
Bullhead don't shut down Kings. I love looking at jersey pickups and even talking to people. I have made connections with a lot of cool people. Yeah, no, I love Kings. Listen, man, like I said, like Kings of Throwbacks is a great group. There's a lot of great conversations there, a lot of jersey knowledge that is being thrown around in there, man. And I know we all love jerseys. And out of all the groups that I've been a part of, I think Kings is probably the most I've had the most like fun and honored to be a part of, man. I feel very proud to be a part of that group for as long as I have been. I know I wasn't really as active as I was like when I wasn't collecting jerseys, but I would see comments and I would see posts every now and then. And I know Slim was trying to reel me back in like, to get some jerseys at that time, and I was buying here and there, but it was never to the effect of what I'm doing now. But Rivalry says I have to stay away from that, but more VC button. What is that? What's VC button? I'm not sure what that is. Is that Vince Carter?
Very cool.
Oh, very cool.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, man, like that's pretty much like that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Just kind of understanding impulse buying and what kind of prompts us to buy things. You know what I mean? I think for me, there's a number of things. I think one is the price factor. Obviously, if it's something that's really not going to break my bank or to the point where it's like I didn't even really notice like a dent in my bank account, like no harm, no foul, and I'm not hurting nobody. It's not going to affect my ability to pay my bills. Then of course I buy something, because I have that money to do so. It's like what Jake said, if you're going to buy something, make sure you have the money in your account first. A lot of the stuff that I buy, it's like I could afford it. Otherwise I wouldn't buy it. But at the same time, it's dangerous for me personally because I collect so many different things. If I was just collecting jerseys or one thing, if I was just collecting sneakers, if I was just collecting hats, okay, that's a little bit different. But for me, it's like I have to really check myself because, like I said, I have these like weird like phases where like during a phase I'll be collecting, nothing but collectible figurines or something like that. Like that Spawn kick that I had. Like that was all that I had my attention on for like a good month. I was just getting Spawn, looking on eBay, looking at Spawn, I almost got into the comic stuff too. And I was like, ooh, I got to really control myself with that one because I'm jumping in a territory that I don't really know much about, other than how much money is involved with it. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that, So, and then, I'll have the jersey phases where I'll start buying all these jerseys. I'll start looking on eBay, looking for the best deal, messaging people on Kings for, their jersey prices and stuff like that. And then, I'll have like this instance where I'll go and I'll find these hats and I'll look at something that catches my interest and then I'll go ahead and pull the trigger on all this stuff. And here I have it, I think for this one, I think what prompted me to get this hat was
the colorway.
Aside from the colorway, I think what really got me to get it though was a recent thing that I've been a part of lately, and they're called hat battles. So I was part of a hat battle this past weekend, which I won.
Oh, look at you!
I was very surprised. Yeah,
I'm calling you out now. You know this.
So I was very shocked because it was something that I was not expecting to win. There was money involved.
Oh,
and
pickup money.
So I had this conversation with myself where I was like, look, I'm not really paying anything because this is basically earnings from this, simply this. So I was like, I'm getting money to fund something that I'm happy about doing. And so I kind of was like, you know what? I kind of had that conversation. I was like, let's step it up, man. Let's kind of expand my collecting a little bit. It's not breaking my bank because I got money to, there's money funded in this. So, but it's like, is that really though? Like, couldn't I have used that money towards something else? Like, sure, of course, I could use it towards my wedding. I could use it towards something else, towards a new car, toward whatever the case may be. I didn't have to use it on these hats. But the fact is, I looked at it like it's a hat. Looks cool. I got some extra winnings from that hat battle. So why not? Why not add some ammunition to that? And man, that is not the way to do it, but I did it and I'm honest about it. I'm open about it, but I had full control over that. And that's kind of what, it says. And Throwback King says, I need to get addicted to saving money.
Yeah. My bad. Hey, yo, Leo, let's do it. Let's talk about pickups.
Oh, well, we could get to that in a minute here. Let's see. Action Bros. Hi, what's up, man? You like jazz? You talking about jazz, the genre? My girl does. I'm not like super heavily into jazz. I mean, I like jazz hip hop, but
oh man. Nah, yeah. I like drill music, my bad, bro.
Drone music?
Like drill music, like like the Bronx drill music and all that. If Elio, you from New York, you already know.
New York alert.
Talk about the Pop Smokes and the Fabio Foreigns and all that.
That's like Chicago.
I'm serious. It's a genre. No, I'm talking about drill music. It's a genre.
No, they're laughing at King Leo's comment.
How they doing, bro?
Yeah, I think you should get.
Eli, I think you should get closer to the camera.
Oh.
Yo, what the? Pause. This man's thinking closer to the camera. I don't go back and suspect.
I just want to see one eyeball, Eli.
I'm sorry, one eyeball, man. Yo, why are you being looking into my eyes? Whoa!
After our snacks, bro.
It's only New York.
Gotta get a slice.
This man wants a slice of pizza. Hell no.
So Bay Area, since you saw that this hat was an affiliate of the Oakland A's, would you cop this hat or would you just like, nah?
Well, he's plotting it right now. He's probably on eBay looking for it now.
Nah. So even with my affiliates, I would only get like the San Jose. Even my minor league teams, I would only get like Bay Area. Even though that's technically an A's
hat
minor league team, I still like the cities to just Bay Area city.
So if you saw this like at your local like swap meet and it was like $5, would you buy it or would you be like, nah, I'm good? Be honest.
I would pass on it personally.
Okay.
I mean, hey, I'll just pick it up just because I can just wear it on my head.
That's exactly what I did. I got some other pickups too that I got there when I was there, but I don't know if I want to show those. I mean, I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie. That Chamberlain jersey that I bought 2 weeks ago, that joint was worth it. I ain't gonna lie.
The San Francisco one?
No. I'm talking about the Lakers.
No, you got
the wrong one, man.
I'm talking about the new post that I had that on my Instagram.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, the new one.
Yo, hey, throwback. I've been looking at that. I'm thinking of getting one. and I had to. I'm thinking about it, but I have this loyalty to the Seals, who I've never seen in real life, and were gone before I was born. But I do want to get a Mission Reds jersey for sure. That's my favorite neighborhood in San Francisco, Mission District.
Mission District?
For sure.
Bro, you crazy.
Why?
Because the Mission is oh no, I'm thinking of the Tenderloin, my bad.
And I'm not trying to walk around looking at crackheads all day.
Tenderloin is I used to work there, bro, and that was not fun, dude.
I used to live in Bernal Heights, which borders the Mission. I would every time I'm back home, I always have to hit up the Mission. So, and that's the thing. They had the Seals played in the Mission, but the San Francisco Mission Reds were literally a team that represented the Mission District in the Pacific Coast League. They played at Seal Stadium too.
Right. Do you well, yeah, one of my favorite streets out there was Haight Street. I love Haight Street, man.
I'm not crazy.
All the way.
A lot of good shops out there.
But I saw that video you had when you went there. That store was dope. Or you went to a couple stores, right?
That was when I went there with my boys and stuff. Yeah, that place was really dope. But I didn't really buy anything when I was out there. I was just trying to film and
just
stuff.
look around.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, if you guys want to share your pickups, that's kind of what I wanted to cover tonight with tonight's topic.
That's good.
If you guys want to share your pickups,
Oh yeah, got a couple.
Hey,
go back, kid. I don't drop knowledge. I drop knowledge all the time. What you talking about, man? I show you SAP Center. I show you that little stoplight by my house.
Hey, imagine throwback kids trying to track us down.
Yeah.
This man would have been suspect.
Coming out.
Teacher coming out.
The teacher coming out.
You're gonna get detention pretty soon there.
Give me that 45.
Nah, Bay Area is like looking at like snacks. He's like, "Yo, you got a hall
I
pass?
answered my knee.
Where's your hall pass at?"
Who's that?
Yo, I was running through the hallway and I got caught.
That was so long ago. I forget what the hallways were.
Yo, the hallways be lit. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, high school was the best years of my life, man.
Come on, man. He just gave a history of the Mission Reds. I give history all the time.
Bro, high school for you is high school is like 1/3 of your whole life. Of course, it's the best years.
Yo, what up, POB?
Oh.
Yo, what's happening, guys?
See you Lakers. See you show Lakers jersey. POB jumps on.
Got the Chamberlain. That's my new pickup, bro. Yeah.
Where's that Kwame Brown jersey
at?
Yeah,
right.
What? Man.
That's not your house.
I was the right Kwame, man. That dude sucked,
man. I've just been listening into you guys talking about, impulse buying. I've been guilty of that myself. No, I think everybody has been, regardless of his jerseys or not. Everybody's been guilty of impulse buying. But it's not so much like buying it in general. It's the after effect of the impulse buy. Like when you reflect on it, it's like, okay, maybe I'm glad I did this, or maybe I'm glad I'm kind of upset I did this. I think that's like that's the thing right there.
Hey, yo, guys, guess who's winning the series?
But yeah, it's just
mute it, bro. Don't ever say that again in my stream. Never.
No,
yeah.
No, yo, POB, man. Like,
I'm trolling.
I just want to hear, like, I just want to hear real quick. Like, you said it was the after effects of impulse buying that affects you the most.
Yeah, because obviously when you're in the moment, you're in the moment. Like, you're not really thinking clearly. However, it's when you reflect on it, like you sit on it after about a couple of days or so. It's like, you know what? I mean, I'm glad I did this because, man, this would have been sold out immediately, or it ran out of my size. That kind of thing. And of course, the revenue was like, God damn, why the hell did I buy this? I didn't really want this at all.
All right, so what is your most recent example of impulse buying?
Well, most recent example of impulse buying, though, this one actually played out, was the yellow authentic LeBron number 6 from Nike.
That was an impulse buy for you? Really?
That was impulse buy because I bought it the day after he dropped 56 on your Dubs. And I was like,
now. Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, you guys got it at the end of the day. You guys are taking the chip. But it's yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I gotta get this, and I thought about it. I was like, did I like this? And I was like, you know what? No, I'm glad I got it because LeBron, he's entering that twilight. How much longer is he gonna play? And plus, I finally have a LeBron in my size because the 23 is not my size at all. But so I needed to get one of my size.
Got you. I could think of one impulse, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I could think of one impulse that I think you bought, and it was that I think it was like a size 44 or whatever, Giannis Antetokounmpo authentic.
Oh that was an impulse buy.
That was an impulse buy. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do, because it was $80 when I bought it.
Right. So
like looking back on it, it's like, yeah, it was all bad.
Do you still have that jersey, or were you able to get rid of it?
I do have it still.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yo, guys. Yo, Lil just clowned me in the comments. He said I laugh like a gremlin. Nah, you heard what Kohen Black said. He a gremlin, super gremlin.
Yeah, no, like POB, man. I get what you're saying, because I don't know if you saw the beginning of my spiel about the whole topic, but yeah, like impulse buying. Like I don't know if you saw this, but like, I recently got this vintage snapback right here. So I did
see that.
Yeah, so prior to me getting this hat, I knew nothing about the team. I didn't know anything about this, and I was trying to figure out, like, yo, what? Asked my homie P. I was like, yo, P, where's this? What is this team? And he was like, I'm not sure. He's like, it was a minor league team. He's like, let me double check. And basically, he looked it up, and I was able to figure out, okay, this is an affiliate of the Oakland A's. They were called the Madison Muskies, which was a Wisconsin team in the early 90s. And, like, I didn't need it. Obviously, I didn't have to buy it. I didn't know anything about it, because if I had not known anything about it, how would I have bought it? Unless I'm just one of those people that randomly shit and buy shit all the time. That's exactly what happened, though, with this case. I just saw it, looked dope, had money, and I got it. But it happens a lot with me. With hats. It happens a lot with me with t-shirts, and even with the jerseys. Not so much with the jerseys now, just because I'm very specific of what I look for. But
yeah, same here.
I know King Leonidas. He kind of touched base on this because he was talking about how he had a Joe Burrow, I think, jersey that he had, and he was like, I don't know why I have it, or Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield jersey. He was like, in a Dak Prescott. He's like, I'm not even into like these players.
Yeah.
It's you just got to be really mindful of it. You got to be honest with yourself, because if I feel like if you're not honest with yourself, you're just going to continue putting yourself.
No, that's the thing. Like, it's being honest with yourself is key. Because whenever I'm looking for something to buy regarding jerseys or hats, it's like, am I going to rock this? Yes or no? And if I'm going to buy something, I for sure am going to rock.
Of course.
Because I want to say minimum 99% of my jerseys I've rocked that I've ever bought. Minimum.
Yeah. Impulse buys when NFL season starts, and then everyone buys football jerseys. When NHL season starts, people start buying NHL jerseys. Kings went hard for a month with everyone buying NHL jerseys. I only bought my teams. I can honestly say that. Like, I didn't really go out.
Same here.
The only like hockey jerseys that I would even like want for my collection, aside from the Sharks, would be like Gretzky jerseys, and also like Mighty Ducks jerseys, man, because that's what I grew up watching. The Ducks. You know what I mean? Like, I was into that whole 90s Mighty Ducks thing and like that. So Pink Rangers.
Absolutely.
Yo, my bad, y'all.
Yo, what up?
Bro. What up,
What's
man?
up, Snacks?
Good Snacks.
What's going on, Snacks?
What up? No, I put up in the comment. You know what's another impulse buy? What I noticed, which it happens naturally, is I put it in the comments. Like seasonal impulse buys. Like, as soon as the NFL season starts, people just start buying NFL jerseys for no reason. Obviously, because the NFL started, so you get that impulse buy to buy a jersey because the NFL season started. Because I remember NHL a couple months ago, people were going hard with NHL jerseys. Like, every day somebody was posting NHL jerseys, and that's just been crickets. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Once like NFL starts, watch all these NFL jerseys. Everybody's buying basketball jerseys right now. I think baseball jersey is just seasonal. It's all year round. But I think basketball and baseball are like year round pickups. But when it comes to like NFL, I don't see a lot of people picking up NFL jerseys during the off season, which is weird.
I think that's the best time.
Well,
to buy
yeah, no, because I work at Pro Image, so I see that stuff all the time.
Yeah, no, I get that, but the impulse thing, like nobody's thinking about buying an NFL jersey right now. But once the NFL season starts, you start kicking off. You start seeing the preseason. Then they start dropping football. That's when you start buying football jerseys. Once the NHL starts back again and it's winter time, people start buying NHL jerseys. So that's like another impulse thing that I have control over because it's one of those things that I already thought like it's like I buy jackets during summertime because they're cheap. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you can do is buy jackets during winter time because but it's just one of those things that.
And Leo just got an NFL jersey.
He probably got a random ass player.
Any more jerseys? No, I'm just
kidding. Yeah. I do want to bring up this notion. I do want to bring up this notion for you guys. We all know that Fanatics just recently had like a discount not too long ago. Would that be considered an impulse buy since it was a discounted? Like that, it was that 25% off discount that Fanatics did a while back.
Nah, that shit was a good discount though, because they had the overnight shipping too, and
it depends on what you're buying though, and where you stand on it. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like with impulse buying, it varies. It varies by the individual. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm obviously a team. I'm a fan of. You guys know my teams that I rep, right? But then I'm buying other jerseys of other teams and stuff like that, and I feel like anything like that is an impulse buy, in my opinion. Unless you're specifically looking for, a specific set of jerseys or whatever, and you're sticking, if you have a list or whatever, and you're buying from that list, I don't really think that's impulse. I think impulse is when you go out of your way to get something that was originally not in your scope. Like going back to what I was saying, when I bought this Madison Huskies, vintage hat, I knew nothing about the team. I knew nothing.
But now you know because you bought it. That's the fun part of it. You know what I'm saying? You actually learn something. It represents, the Bay Area, which is dope. But I agree with POB on full, man. I get that. I used to like it's the after effects of like either you made a good decision. You don't know if it's an impulse buy that's a good one or a bad. Is it an impulse buy when it's a bad one? But is it? It's not an impulse buy when it's a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what's a good impulse buy and what's a bad impulse buy?
A good impulse buy is when you don't call it an impulse buy. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's only an impulse buy when it's not a good pickup. That's when you can just tell yourself, like it's almost like the excuse you give yourself. Damn, that shit was just an impulse buy. I should have never bought it. But if you buy something great that you really love, it's not an impulse buy. It's just something that you bought.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's I get it. And for me, like I said, like I'm just because I'm into so many different things. It's really hard for me. I think it's harder than most people, I think. And I'm not trying to make this competitive in any way. I just think, I genuinely think, like for me, somebody who's into so many things, and even you, Snacks, like I know you're into a lot of different things too, but I feel like it hits us the most. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, most definitely. Because it's almost like you're weighing, like you slow down on something else, but something else starts picking up. It's like you're fucking having all kind of weights around you. Like when we put one weight down, the other weight you pick up the other weight. Like shit, man. If I was just into I wish I think like I said, I always give props to Big Area Throwbacks because he's very strict on what he buys. He only buys his team, only buys his accuracy. He only buys he's really strict with that. And at the end of the day, that's saving him money as he blow him up. Plus, he's making all that teacher money. So
that teacher money. It's cool, man. Like I was like Bay Area too, man. When I first got back into jerseys, I was telling myself I was only gonna collect my teams, man. And then I started getting a Lawrence Taylor jersey and Reggie White, and I just started getting all these other players and stuff like that, man. And then of course I'm into that other thing I was talking about with that Scottie Pippen wine. I don't even drink whiskey, bro. Like
but that's more of that's an experience though. Like you bought an experience. You had a story to tell. You got content, and you met Scottie Pippen. If that's the only way you can meet Scottie Pippen, by buying a whack ass whiskey bottle that's autographed, hey, at least you got a story to tell. I don't have a story to tell when I say, "Oh, I want a Fanatics. It was like 10% off." Cool story, right? No, that's not a cool story. You know what I'm saying? You met fucking Scottie Pippen. And it was a hell of a story that you told him. I think you kind of held back on your video. If you would have kept it 100% like you did here on the live, that shit would have been fine.
What you mean? I was 100%.
No, live on Kings. It was on Kings. That story was like raw and uncut. I think you kept the PG on your video.
By the way, speaking of Scottie Pippen, I'm just throwing it out there, but holla at your boy, the thought.
What happened? Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I saw that.
Mama made it.
Mama, there
goes that man. There goes that man.
No, yeah. Cause like the thing is, like, I don't wanna come off as slandering a person. You know what I mean? Like when I tell a story like that, like, I don't want it to sound like
I think you should keep it up. Yo, the way you told us on Kings on that live, that shit was dope. It was fucking hilarious. It was really good. It was shocking. But I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You gotta, there's certain limits, whatever. But the way you said it on Kings and the way you said it on your videos, like two different stories.
I think I just left some parts out. That's all.
Yeah, just a little bit.
The real story is on the Patreon. You gotta go to the Patreon for the real story.
You have to pay for that story.
Exactly, man.
You have to pay for the raw uncut story.
Yeah, there's tiers. So if you pay me $20,
different tiers.
Raw, uncut, unfiltered res, and if you pay $10, I'll tell you, the pros and the cons.
Yeah, you gotta go to Res OnlyFans.
Oh man. So Snacks, man, because you're the most recent person that just hopped on the live, but like in regards to you, like with your impulse, like are you still finding yourself buying stuff like out of impulse?
I literally bought the dumbest shit.
It's okay.
The dumbest shit literally like 2 hours ago.
Oh no.
And I feel stupid saying it because there's two things. I like the company. I don't like the person, and it's all right. It's like all right, but it's just that was literally an impulse buy. I want to tell you what it is. I bought the Slim Shady Ebbet Fields collaboration jersey and hat combo. Like it's the Detroit Stars Ebbet Fields jersey, but instead of saying Detroit, it says Shady on it.
Yeah,
and it comes with the matching hat. And it's on the website. I'm letting you. I'm throwing the alley-oop right here. It's really dope. It's dope. But one, I'm not an Eminem fan. Two, I'm not really a fan of the Detroit Stars jerseys. But it's different. It's kind of cool. And when am I gonna ever see this again? And I bought it from the Slim Shady. If you go to the Slim Shady, website, they literally have a package deal where you can buy the jersey, because the jerseys alone are over $200, but you can buy the jersey and the hat, the matching hat, for $150 ship. So it's like, oh, that's kind of dope. Why? That's one of those. I had a POB one. What he just said, literally after I click PayPal, paid, confirmation. Literally 10 minutes later, like, why the fuck did I just buy that jersey? I don't like. I'm not an Eminem fan. I don't like the Detroit Stars jersey. But it was just something cool. It's part of Ebbet Fields Flannels history, because me and Bay Area kind of on the same page. We like the history of Ebbet Fields, but it's just one of those things. Is like, why the fuck did I buy that? I didn't need it, but it'll be dope. It'll be maybe when I get it in the hand, it'll be one of those things. Oh, that's pretty dope. But I can get it in the hand and be like, what the fuck did I just buy, man? So definitely just had an impulse buy like literally 2.5 hours ago.
Got it,
definition of an impulse buy.
So like what? Are you taking like steps into like, or I guess like caution, the necessary steps to caution yourself? Like
no, but with me, what I think what I've been training myself for years now, I only buy something when I sell something. So like I sold my Ebbet Fields Eastern Conference jersey, whatever I was posting. I sold that literally like 3 days ago. I took that money, turned around, and bought this Slim Shady jersey. So my paycheck money does not go towards anything related to my hobbies. It's everything. I only touch my PayPal money. I leave the PayPal money. Whenever I sell something, I leave it there. When I buy it, boom, if I don't have the money, it's a pass. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I discipline myself when it comes to impulse. My impulse money is in my PayPal account, so it's not coming from my actual paycheck, my 9 to 5 paycheck. So that's what kind of helps me out.
Man. That's really smart. That's kind of where I was at with the hat, with the Madison Muskies hat, because I won that hat battle, which you were, in the panel. So shout out to you. But I used some of those earnings to fund those hats that I got. And I got more than one hat. So basically one hat battle was able to get me various number of hats. And
you definitely got some more ammunition for the next battle. I'll tell you that. But the thing is, you let your hobby pay for itself by doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying. Like I'm trying to be better by doing that, because unfortunately, I still have bills that I have, and I have other things where I'll use my 9 to 5 job to fund that. But now I have like the YouTube revenue slowly coming in, and then I have like those
hat battles. Your OnlyFans and Patreon.
Yeah, and then my tears, you know what I'm saying? Like get you in, But it's I try to be more mindful of that, especially now. In this point in my life where I'm gonna be living with my fiance, and it's gonna basically start a whole different chapter in my life, and my spending is gonna be shifted in so many different ways here. So, but as a collector, man, I struggle with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I wouldn't be I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I'm lying to everybody on here, because I come off and I tell you guys like what I go through with my personal battles with this hobby, because I love it, but sometimes it gets to the point where I put myself in a bad spot. Not as much as before, but it was one of those things.
But the good thing about our hobbies that that sometimes you can either make your money back or make some extra money back from just selling things and stuff like that. That's the good thing about what we collect. With comic books and jerseys and stuff like that, you might not get all your money back, but sometimes you make a little, sometimes you don't, sometimes you even out. But at least we're in a hobby where there's people like like y'all that will buy it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, no doubt. Man.
Yeah, I look at it as like an emergency fund.
Yeah, break glass in case emergency.
Yeah, that's what I got that Green Ranger helmet in there for. But, yeah, like in regards to, I guess like what is your most what was the biggest impulse like thing that you've ever bought in your collection?
Oh, it's got to be my Reebok Alien Stompers.
Those are worth a lot of money too.
It's worth a lot of money, but it's like a thorn in my ass because the thing is huge. Pause, and it's just sitting there, and I'm not gonna wear it. That's when I was wearing my little slimmer jeans and shit like that. That and baggy jeans don't mix. It's sitting there. I've never worn it. It's heavy as hell. It's gonna be hard to move, and it's one of those things. It's just a pain in my fucking ass. It's just sitting there, and I would sell it for the low just to get rid of it. And that was an impulse buy because it was just I love aliens, but I don't love aliens that much. It is a dope sneaker. It's dope to have, but it's literally been under my desk for almost 2 years, just sitting there collecting dust. It's not doing anything for me. So I'd rather just take the money and just buy, either put it in the house fund or buy something I will fucking enjoy or a day trip or something like that. So to me, that's the biggest impulse buy because I bought it because it was just too cheap to pass by. It was a price thing. It was like way too the price was way too good. But the thing is, I invested into it. Now it's worth like 4 times what I bought it for. But the only problem is that thing is heavy, bro. It's really heavy. Is gonna be cost a lot more money just to freaking mail it out. And plus it's a product that it's a niche. You know what I'm saying? You have to find a perfect person to buy something like that. You have to find a big aliens fan that's also a sneakerhead. So I need a certain person to buy that. That's not something I just posted. Somebody automatically start getting bids like crazy.
When did you get that? If you don't mind me asking.
Like 2 years, almost 3 years ago, actually. Like 2.5, 3 years ago. I literally some guy on Instagram. I guess something happened with a student loan, or not student loan, but something happened with a bill or something. He was desperate, and I bought it for like $400. And you go to StockX, I got the special edition. Only made 100 of these, so it goes well over like $1,200 to like I've seen it different prices. Well, definitely over $1,200. So I definitely made my money back 3 times back, but it's just finding the right person to buy it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Marie's Lover says favorite MLB authentic Mitchell Ness. Mine's a 79 Ricky Henderson rookie. I don't collect too much baseball, but the one that stands out to me the most in my collection, probably my 95 Ken Griffey Jr. Seattle Mariners. Shout out to Snacks for selling me that jersey, but yeah, that's one of yeah, man. So I mean, like, is there anything you guys wanted to add to this topic? Because I think we kind of already.
Yeah, like I wanted to say something. You know, when I was talking about Kings, if I shut it down, it wasn't because I wasn't trying to say if I shut it down, people stop collecting. I'm not saying that at all, because I'm never gonna. What I was saying, what I meant to say is like, a lot of people's addiction is posting, like, aka like attention whores. They'll buy something just to post. You know this about the sneaker game. People will buy stuff just to post they got it and turn around and sell it. Right. So it's just one of those things that a lot of people post, and then a lot of people, it's like information highway. I know you can get your information anywhere else. I didn't know about that Pedro Martinez until I saw it on Kings. You know what I'm saying? Now I see it's on Fanatics right now and stuff like that. But literally, like, I didn't know that jersey existed until I saw it in Kings. Mm-hmm. So it was just one of those things. It was just a thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shut it. I'd rather leave. One day I'm gonna leave, and I think it will help me out. It's like me shutting down eBay. If I shut down eBay, I'll probably be a thousandaire right now. So I think we all would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just a thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kings is not the be all and all. I know there's other jersey groups and stuff like that, but that's, I'm proud of the group that we built. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's nothing like it. I gone to other jersey pages, and I don't see the same energy that is on like it is on Kings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't see it either. I definitely like the group because it makes me feel like I'm welcome. You know what I mean? Because that comment you mentioned where it's like, we're our king in our area. Like we have our own. Like, we're the Jersey head of our area, you know what I mean? Like, so there's really nobody here, like, with me in San Jose that I could, like, have this conversation with like this, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard, man, because it's like, I feel like, like us as human beings, naturally, we want to be able to converse with people. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be alone and just not, like, have all the stuff, but don't have anybody to share it with or talk to about this type of stuff. I mean, like, Mighty, I'm sure you could vouch for this, like having Kings and having Slim and, having somebody physically there to visit you and have these, like, memories that you guys create with this stuff is, like, it's dope. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. I'm saying that's another thing too. My thing is, it's literally everybody here is because of Kings of Throwbacks, and obviously YouTube, but Kings of Throwbacks made a lot of connections. Kings of Throwbacks got a lot of people connected to their grails. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody here, like, I always use Big Slim and Mighty's friendship. Like, that was created through Kings of Throwbacks. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that we all built. Like, you met up with POB One Fool, everybody. I never knew Bay Area Throwbacks until, whatever. So it's one.
Yeah, and it's the connection.
One of those things that buy our jerseys there. So it's one of those things. It's like another version of eBay, just through Kings of Throwbacks, basically.
No, it's true. I mean, you make a lot of great connections, and I connect with all of you guys. I mean, it's very true that that's one of the big positives that we can take from a group like Kings. Listen, like I said, we're all victim of our own. I don't know if I should say greed or collecting craze or whatever it is, but some people do it in different ways. Some people have a better handle on it than others. Some people, like Snacks, found a way to, make it work by just using the money from sales to buy stuff. And listen, everyone has to find their way. I don't think there's a right or wrong thing here. I think when it comes to impulse, the world of collecting that's what it is. You can't get away from it. I think a lot of what we go after is impulse because it's there to get, and you're either going to get it or you're not. And if you do kind of just make that decision that you're going to get it, I think it is an impulse thing. But I don't think it's totally bad. I think, it does allow you to get some things that, are nice additions to the collection. Do we need everything that we have? Absolutely not. But some people just have a way of doing it and they can focus on some things. And some people, like myself, kind of goes all crazed all over the wall. But it's when you collect, you are pretty much guaranteeing that you're going to impulsively get stuff. That's just goes with the territory. And I don't know if there's a right or wrong. I don't know if there's a way to really subside it. I know others. I know when Big John was talking earlier and Jake, they found ways to stay away from those different, sites and areas where you're going to be drawn to different things. I'm one that just, I look every day. I don't buy every day, but I have my certain sellers. I have to see what they're posting, and on Fanatics, I want to see what the latest stuff's out there. That's just what it is.
But I think with impulse, it comes with how because like somebody like Big John or like, I don't know Jake's situation, but like he's young, he's still young. He's still like, think about like Rez too. Like Rez, before he used to say, he didn't have a job that can fund his hobbies. But as soon as he got that job where he's getting more money, stuff like that, then you can start funding. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has different situations. You know what I'm saying? That POB1 fool, he could find your Grail for like $10. Like it's unbelievable. Yeah. Like every time I hear a story about him finding amazing jerseys for the low, I'm like, bro, like that's only like I don't have none of that stuff over here in Connecticut. So it's dope to see how other people. It's like I said, I always say the same thing, man. We're all in different levels, man. Not everybody has Bay Area throwback money, so.
Yo, you teach your money.
I'm gonna show you guys another hat that I got from that impulse haul the other day, and I knew nothing about this team. I knew nothing about this league either. This right here, and maybe you guys can guess it because you got to all my baseball buffs in here.
I know the logo, but I forget the name of the team.
I don't know that one.
I'm just gonna guess the Whalers.
Yeah, I don't even know.
No, right.
The Dolphins, like the I don't even know what type of dolphin it is. Oh, it's a whale. Oh, bro, you're stupid.
You're so close to your phone and you don't see that.
I need to go back to elementary school.
Basically, this was a Hawaii team, and this was part of a league. And it was the Lahaina Whalers, and this was the winner from the Winter Baseball Hawaii League, which was I think in '93 is when it started, and it folded. I think I got to double check, but basically, this is an old hat. Obviously, I got to clean it up and stuff. But like, I looked it up because I knew nothing about it, and again, I thought it was dope. Looking at the whale with the bat right there. And I tried to look up this team. I looked up the league, but the team doesn't there was really not much information that I could find on the team. And maybe you could find it, Bay Area, because I know you're good.
Yeah, give Bay Area is like hold my beer.
I got you. Anything about this team, like other than it being part of this league, like I couldn't find the history. I couldn't find like who played for the team. So it was like one of those things.
That's the fun part too of collecting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing the research and finding shit like that's why that's what I like about Epic Fields flannels, man. You get really into it. As far as the history, I don't want to make it an Epic Fields flannel.
What the fuck is that hat? Damn, bro.
Oh nah, that took me out.
That hat might win you a battle, man. So
well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
for sure.
You got my vote.
Part of me that like prompted me to get the hat was because of that whole like hat battle.
Bro, it's a whale holding with a baseball bat with a baseball hat, man. Come on, man.
I think it's a sick logo. I honestly think that's a sick logo.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that hat is dope.
That one and then this one, the Madison Muskies, I thought was fire.
Hey, Rez, the Giants, Gabe Kapler played in that league.
Yeah. I saw that, but he didn't play for this team though.
No. He just played.
Yeah. He played. What team was it that he played for? Was it the Sharks?
I don't know what team. I
think it was the Honolulu Sharks that he played for, Gabe Kapler. But
there's actually a lot of guys playing.
I know, like I was learning a lot about it, and I was actually intrigued. And then I started going on eBay, and I was like looking at all the other teams because I was like, I wonder if there's like different islands of the teams. But they had like Honolulu. I think there was a Maui Stingrays, which was another team that was dope. They had one that was the Kauai Emeralds, and like I love. I think for me, like one thing that I really like to collect is a lot of Hawaii stuff. Like I'm interested and fascinated with the islands of Hawaii. I don't know if it's because I'm like Pacific Islander or because, like I have a lot of family and stuff like that have been to Hawaii and that lived there at some point, but I've always been fascinated with it. And I love like the fact that Hawaii, like the fact that Hawaii has sports to me is very fascinating. I don't know why that is, but when I think of Hawaii, like I don't think of them having like, obviously they don't they have the Hawaii Warriors, and used to be the Rainbows.
Do you have like a Filipino famous baseball player?
A Filipino baseball player?
Like in history, like if, almost every nationality has at least one.
Is Ishikawa Filipino?
Who?
Travis Ishikawa.
I don't know. That doesn't sound. That sounds Japanese to me. But I don't know. That's a great question, Snacks, because I'm not very like historic. Like I'm not invested historically that much with baseball that I am with like basketball. For basketball, I could tell you, for Filipinos, there is a lot of Filipino players that are like starting to show themselves now in the league. Like Raymond Townsend's another one. He actually was the first Filipino to play for the Golden State Warriors. And also,
well, what's the big sport for the Filipinos? Is like what's their like? I know probably not soccer, boxing, right? Boxing is huge in Philippines.
I mean, Manny Pacquiao is probably the most, I guess, like in terms of success wise,
recognized.
Yeah, I think he's the most recognizable because he obviously, if you listen to his story, he came from nothing. Like he started off by punching like with rice bags. Like he was sparring, doing that in the streets, and like his parents left him, or his like dad left him when he was younger.
So what's like the main sport? Like what's like the Filipino sport? They don't play rugby or nothing like that, right?
It's tough to say, yeah. I mean, because I don't really know. I would love to know. That's something that I could probably research more of because I'm actually curious to figure that out myself because, Jordan Clarkson is Filipino too from the NBA, and he's on. I think he's in Utah right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Jalen Green too.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson.
Real quick, you know who's Filipino or part Filipino is Tim Lincecum.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the freak.
How about that?
Yeah, he's
like shit. I didn't know that.
He's like half Filipino.
Yeah. There's a lot of like there's a lot of players that are Filipino, but you don't really hear it too much. I think, because like I know in baseball, like there's a lot of big Japanese players like Otani, you have Ichiro, like Suzuki, like those guys, very very big. And baseball is very big in Japan. But with the Philippines, I don't know like. I know like they have their own team in like soccer. But like I don't like to answer your question, Snacks. I don't know off the top of my head. I would love to know though.
I'll be interested in that. Yeah, I get obsessed with like Latino players, like Al Horford's Dominican, Carmelo Anthony's like people forget that he's Puerto Rican. So there's a lot of players that you don't even know they're Puerto Rican. And you're like, what?
No, it's really cool, man. When you like to study the history of that stuff and
Reggie Jackson, Puerto Rican.
That's not even his real name.
No,
that's not his born name, at least.
No, yeah. But he is Puerto Rican.
Rez, real quick, when you were, I'm sorry I missed the hat battle. When you're are you hat battling vintage vintage hats, or is it? Like, what are the type of guys you're going up against? Are they like, are they throwing you UVs and side patches? Or
oh yeah,
yeah. So
it doesn't have a hat club button on it.
I mean, the pins, they got all the pins.
Yeah, I mean,
they're big now. I mean,
first and foremost, man, shout out to Sneaker Jacks for hosting those hat battles because he's another YouTuber that I follow, and He invited me one day to his to join the platform, and KBM is another guy too. Shout outs to him. But he invited me to this hat battle, and I was like, "What? What is a hat battle?" And he was like, "Oh, basically, you know, you show your hat, and you know, the panel, the judges are basically the people in the chat. They're the ones that vote. There's no judges. It's just everybody that votes. So the way it works is that he'll ask you. He'll have a wheel, and the wheel will have a bunch of questions, and whatever the question is, he'll tell the person like, okay, you got like this much time. Go get your hat now. And then you show your hat, you explain your hat, and then basically he will then have the chat vote, and you get like a minute to vote. And then once the minute is up, it'll show percentage-wise like who got the most votes, Rez or this guy or whatever, or girl or whoever you're battling. And so to answer your question, like, yeah, there is a lot of Hat Club-esque, I think, voters in there.
It's so annoying.
You know, there were some battle, like my first battle that I had on his platform, I got eliminated instantly. I was the first person to get eliminated.
Wow.
And I didn't really know like what I had to kind of get a feel with the crowd and see what they wanted. You know, I'm that type of hat collector where I'm not into like the fluorescent underfills, and I'm not
it's got to be have a pink underbrim with a huge patch on the side.
Yeah, like,
and for some reason, everybody's a Diamondbacks fan because even my net, I'm like, bro, like I've never in my life ever met a Diamondbacks fan, and that's the most popular hat. I'm like, bro, can we watch a battle that doesn't have a Diamondbacks fucking logo? That's just annoying, bro. It's like watching the same. You're watching the same hats over and over. Side patch, Hat Club pin on it, underbrim with a different color. I'm like, bro, this is stupid. I love when Rez battle because he's showing vintage shit, like shit that you never seen before. You know, different shit, even Power Ranger hats and shit like that. Like that's dope. I don't want to see a fucking Diamondbacks hat, bro. That's just old, bro. I'm sorry.
No, like
it's not the bison hats. Come on. The Buffalo Bison, that's another big one.
All due respect, man. Like, all due respect to the battle participators in there, man. Like they, you know, I'm sure like there's a lot of stuff that they have that is expensive in today's like market and stuff. But like, dude, like my collection speaks for itself. Like I think with my collection, what makes it special is that I have like stuff that you don't see every day. Like
you got a lot of vintage,
and it makes it unique to you, and it shows your style. When everybody's showing the same shit over and over and over, just in different colors, bro. Okay, can we see something without a side patch, bro? Oh my god, I know, Mighty's a side patch whore, but the side patch, bro. We don't like the side. Like, who gives a like? Oh my, it's the same. I've seen a round. I've seen a round where they show the same hat, just with a different patch on the side. I'm like, bro, and they vote for this it's like I'm showing a Jordan 1 and Rez is showing like a Grand Hill Feline. That's how it looked like. That's how the battles feel like sometimes. There's literally hype beast hats.
It's hard,
I was about to say it's all about hype beast now.
It's hard, but like I'm glad that I was able to win because this is not my first battle that I've won. This is actually my second battle that I've won there. So I'm actually very surprised because based on the crowd and the participation that I was getting from the people in there, it's like nobody was really. They were like, "What the fuck is that? What is that?" Like I showed this hat one time, and they're like, "This is whack. Like what the fuck? Nobody gives a damn about a team that doesn't exist." I'm like, "Yeah, but you guys don't understand." Like the question was like, "Show us something that you don't see every day," you know. And then it's like I answer the question, and people are picking something else because it's like, oh, but that, you know, that's sold out on Hat Club. And I'm like, bro,
that's not a Diamondbacks hat with a patch on the side.
You can buy, you can literally buy these hats anywhere, man. Like, it's just a matter of how much you're going to spend for it. Like, you don't see this every day. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And that's kind of where I try to approach it because it's like, and, you know, Sneaker Jacks, the host, he knew. That's why he reached out to me because he was like, yo, Rez, like, I like Rez hopping on the channel because he has something that you don't see every day. He brings something different to the battles. And shout outs to my opponent, Mechanics, the guy, you know, who I was battling. Because, I mean, yeah, he was busting out a lot of, like, superhero-esque type hats. But those hats are rare. You don't see those hats every day. But, like, the panel are not very fond on, like, superhero, like, pop culture hats. So he wasn't really getting the votes. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of take advantage of that. So I kind of showed a little bit of both, you know. And I was testing the waters because it was 20 hats, no rounds, just show us your best hat. And each best hat for that round will win. And when I was showing off some of my my comic book stuff, like hats, they weren't winning. They just were not winning. And I was like, okay, obviously the voters here don't like comic book stuff, so I'm gonna start bringing more of like the older stuff. That's why I started. And then Snacks, like when you messaged me, like when I used the Hawaii Rainbows hat, I was shocked that I lost that round. I was like, what?
You lost to a Howard University hat, like, bro. I'm like, yo, what the hell's wrong with these people, man?
My jaw dropped.
My thing is that you definitely should have won that round. But my thing is, like, just like the jersey battles, like I gotta take the fandom out of the jersey battle. I gotta cater to the judges when it comes down to it. Mighty fan, I'm rooting for you, man. Don't let your fandom take over. Remember, play. You gotta play the how you call it, the judges, man. Don't because you think it's hot, the judges ain't gonna think it's hot.
Yeah, I mean, there's hats that I've used where I thought, I was like, I got a round to kill. I'm not gonna win this anyway, and then I win. I'm like, what? Or like they put something out, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna beat this.
It seemed like, yo, bro, like when you saw that Hawaii hat, I'm like, yo, boom, that's a W, and you lost. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? That would make no sense. What's wrong with these people?
It was crazy. But
they just my bad.
No, you're good, bro. I was just gonna say, like, if Mighty, like, I think you'd be a good contestant in POB. I think you guys would be good to join the panel because they're always looking to add new blood to that whole battle, and then they do tag battles too. So the first battle that I won was actually it was a tag team battle, and it was a sneaker hat tag battle. But I mean, like, they do just throw Sneaker Jack's an idea and see where he's at with it, but. It's cool. It doesn't cost anything other than your time, really. You don't have to pay. You don't have to put money in. You could donate.
These battles can last for hours.
They're fucking long. Yeah, they're really long.
Yeah. You gotta get. It's like the first person to 10.
Right. Yeah. This battle
basically 20 rounds.
This last one that I did went by a little bit quicker, just because it was only me and my opponent. But the other battle is a little bit harder because you have like 4 contestants. And they're duking it out in a tag battle, and each contestant has to show their thing. But
this was live, right? It's not a thing you can look up on YouTube or anything like that.
No,
it's live.
You got
oh my god! Jesus Christ, bro!
He did that just for you, Snacks. It was just for you.
However you want it.
Man, you're for sure gonna win, then, Mighty.
However you want it. How many Orioles?
Mighty's a shoo-in. He is a shoo-in to get the dub.
Nah, but
that's a fact.
What was this guy's name? Chicago
89.
Chicago. That dude's hat collection is superior.
Oh yeah, there's people that have just
some crazy shit, bro.
Insane stuff. Yeah, I
don't have anything like too fancy as far as like side patch hats. I mean, the one I got on right now, possibly. But yeah,
bro, like I said, you never know, man. Like, look, I thought I wasn't gonna win because the majority of my stuff that I have are like, they're very simple. Like you have a front design, and then you have the back design at most. I won because I think a lot of my stuff is vintage, which is like what a lot of people like right now. And it was one of those things where it's like you have to kind of play the crowd and get a feel of what that.
Oh, by the way, man. Before they did the wheel, because I used to hate the stupid questions they used to ask. Oh, it's Friday night and you're gonna go watch Jurassic Park and you got a hot date, but you're gonna go eat a hot dog. What hat you wearing? I'm like, yo, these stupid ass questions, bro. That's when they started going to the wheel.
That's the scenario they gave you?
They used to do stupid questions.
They'll ask questions like that.
You're on a date and you're about to go down on your girl. What hat you gonna wear? Like,
man, they just want to say anything, man.
Questions are so. I used to rag on them.
First of all, if that scenario ever came up, I'm not gonna wear a hat at all.
What hat would you wear?
There was one question, and I don't know if you were there some time, but it was saying something like, when you got to do your when you're working hard and you got to like something like along the lines of like, oh, you gotta get dirty, what are you gonna wear, or something like that. And I was like, what the hell kind of question is that? Like, how do I don't want to get any of my hats dirty. Why would I be wearing a hat like to get dirty? And I was just trying to ask, but I was like, who came up with that? Like that question to me just.
Yo, I used to be in the comments going in. I'm like, yo, these are the dumbest questions, you guys. You're basically asking a question. You basically just show any hat. That's when it comes down to it, because it doesn't matter what you show. If you like, if you stick to the subject, like, okay, I'm going to the movies, something Jurassic Park dinosaur-ish, and you show the hat, I'm like, no, it's not a Diamondbacks hat. So, and it doesn't have a patch on the side. So
for real though, speaking of Hat Club, they dropped some fire hats today, man.
Oh, here we go. Did it have a patch on the side?
That looks dope.
Oh, nice.
That looks dope.
Oh yeah, that's the
The Filipino hat.
That joint sold already. Good lord.
I have this hat right here. I have the OG one, which is fire. But dude, look at that, all sold out, bro. Like,
how many of them would have been impulse buys, Rez?
None of them.
That look hard. I ain't gonna lie, it look hard.
I was sad, bro, because I have two of them still from the OG days, and you know, I want to get the black one again, and they sold out. Like I remember they used to sit at my local hat club all the time. Nobody would buy them because everybody would look at them and they'd be like, dude, like that's super Filipino, like
that's too funny.
You know what I mean? And, I mean, like I'm proud of my culture, bro. Like I said, like call it what you will, but it's like, you know, that's dope to see like your flag on your.
Hey, I'm still want that Koki hat that Mighty Fan has, not the pink one, the other one, the first one. I try to find it. I can't find it anywhere. It's so funny when Mighty Fan even try to pronounce it. It's Koki.
I'm never gonna Koki. So it's almost like cookie, only Koki.
Koki. Speaking of hats, man, y'all gotta cop one of these, man, for real. Like, yo, you guys gotta get that Rez exclusive hat.
Yeah,
put it out there for sale.
That's a Rez original right there.
Let's
go. Gonna win the battle.
Are they out yet? First,
does it have a side patch?
They
don't got no side patch.
Is it gonna have a Rez pin on it?
He's got UV.
Yes, it will right here.
It's got Rez's face on that.
UV. UV.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. I dropped them earlier, but they sold out already, so orders are closed.
Yeah. They sold out that fast? Oh man.
Nah. The reason why I haven't put them on sale yet is because I'm actually shout outs to one of the homies that I was talking to. But he was telling me that I should probably get this trademark first before I start selling stuff like this. Just so there's no like legal action. I don't think it'll get to that, but you just never know. You know, you kind of want to protect everything. You know, I'm saying, like for this one, it's me. You know, like this is my own hat, so I'm not really tripping about this. But it's definitely something that I want to consider, especially in the long run. Like the last thing I want to do is get hit with like a cease and desist saying like you don't own that logo or something. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. I know there's like a process with it, which is not very long from what I heard, but it does involve some sort of money to put into it to get that done. But I figured I already put the money to get that on a hat, so I might as well just kind of, you know, follow through and get the whole process done. So as soon as I get that done, I will definitely take your guys' orders if you guys are interested in getting one. And like I said, I am planning on dropping different colors. So if this color is not in your scope, you know, obviously I could.
I already know it's gonna be a Warriors colorway. Oh Lord!
Oh, we got that.
Yep. Repping the Bay.
It's gonna be blue and yellow.
If you ain't repping the Bay, you're gonna get the. Hey.
We got the black and orange. I'm listening to what people are saying because some people want dad hats, other people want snapbacks, and then people like. You know, a lot of people want fitteds. So, you know, I think it's going to be one of those made to order types of things. I'm not going to have like a whole stock and then just like.
The safest thing you can do is the snapbacks because you don't have to worry about people's sizes.
Exactly. I think that's the safest bet. Snap, so make sure.
I mean, I like snapbacks.
Over here. You don't wear snaps or what?
Nah, I said I like snapbacks. Like I have like mainly snapback hats. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting like the fit hats. You know what I'm saying? Because of the size of the head. You know?
Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, some fitteds like I can't really wear it either, depending on the brand.
It was like man, like I would say like a 5 to like a size 8. I think, and like FedEx. I said FedEx. Oh my god. I said like NBA store in them. Yeah. Like man.
Yeah, I would like fit it, but if you were to sell it with Snap, I'm still gonna get it to support and I'll wear it.
Nah, yo, I appreciate that, bro. And like I said, man, like I was very surprised that there's a lot of people out there that showed interest in it. And it means a lot to know that there's people out there like you guys and people in the chat that like rock with me and support me with what I do, man. I mean, really, like I do a lot of this. A big portion of what fuels me to do this is you guys, is the community. And I do appreciate everybody hopping on every Wednesday evening, you know, even if they can't like go on screen, you know, the fact that they're in the comment section or hitting that like button, it goes a long way, man. And, you know, like I wish I could do this more often, you know, but given the circumstances with my personal life and my job, like it's hard, you know, but like I said, like I don't look at it as a race. I look at it as basically a marathon in my life. And anytime something happens with me, you know, I want to put it on here, you know, and I want to be able to share it with you guys. And I think that's the best thing, you know. Snacks doing that challenge with the Fab Five was dope, you know. And then Bay Area, I just saw yours earlier, you know, with your top 5 giant stuff. I thought that was dope as well. But like that's the type of stuff that I really like to see, man. And I like to grow with people as well. I want everybody to win, bro. Like at the end of the day, like people that rock with me, like I want to see them win, and I want to grow with those people. And you know, seeing my channel what it was when I first started to seeing what it is today, you know. And then even with King Leo, bro, like he's growing exponentially. He's got what, like 5-6K or whatever, like followers, subscribers. Mighty, you got over 1,000 already, you know, 1,000 plus, you know. And it's cool, man. It's a beautiful thing to see. And going back to the topic about like impulse buying, man, sometimes like, yeah, sometimes I do find myself like looking at things, you know, for content or whatever, but I catch myself a lot, you know, but I have done it before. And it's just one of those things where you have to be honest with yourself. You can't stop trying to convince yourself that you're not doing it, because if that's the case, then it's going to be like a never-ending cycle. You know what I mean? In that sense. So, all right, guys. Well, pretty much we're going 2.5 hours here. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add in, or if there's something else you wanted to talk about. But if you guys are good,
yeah. I just want to.
Oh, go ahead,
oh no, you go ahead. Snacks.
No, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask, you know, just trying to piggyback on what I said a while back. How many things did you buy during that Fanatics discount thing?
The recent one?
Yeah, the most recent one, yeah.
I didn't get anything. I was very surprised, man. I had 6 jerseys in my cart.
Jesus.
I didn't
Bruh.
I had 2 associations, 2 statement editions, and 2 icon editions, and I didn't buy them.
And Fanatics put that pressure on you with that countdown, like, bro, like, all right, we got 3 hours left. Like, yo, I'm right now with Ebbet Fields. They're having their sale, and I'm like, at least I got enough time to do a little research to really decide what I want to buy. I want to buy something, but I just don't know yet. But at least it goes on for like after Father's Day, so I'm good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wanted to say, hey, thank you for the people that did the Fab 5 challenge, man. I appreciate you guys. It kind of brought it to like the old school YouTube days that we used to challenge each other.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have another challenge out there that we can all do. I'm thinking about doing the not so Fab 5. You're 5. You're 5. Basically, your 5 most impulse buys. Basically, maybe
that'll be easy for me.
Do the opposite of the Fab 5, like your 5 not so favorite things that you have in your collection. But yeah, I just want to say thanks, man, to everybody.
I'm working on my challenge. It's just I can't find the one thing I'm looking for when it comes to my collectibles. I'm searching all over the house.
Bro, I just want you to run full sprint across a field when you do your that hands down. That's in my top 20 favorite videos of all time.
Yeah, maybe not in the Fab 5 challenge, but definitely for my next video, you might see me do it again.
Yeah, definitely want to see you sprint across the field
for sure, bro. Like. No, like that's dope. Like I definitely would like to do that, and I can guarantee you that I would be pretty happy doing that. Like,
yeah, I talked to Leo. We were trying to do at least once a month. Like, just put a challenge out there and see, if it makes people make videos, or like Slim. He talks about making videos, but he never makes videos. So I'm calling him out. Bro, that's the only dude that talks. Oh yeah, I was about to make one, but I had to go make a Popeyes run. I'm like, bro, just make the fucking video, bro. If you stop posting, if he stops posting memes for like 2 minutes, he'll probably make a video. He takes more time posting a picture of himself in front of his TV than he does making a video. So instead of taking a picture, just record.
Oh, and Slim, don't think I didn't forget what you called me during your video with you and Mighty. Do not think that I forgot what you called me. I remember that thing for completely.
He called you back then.
What did he call you?
He called me a thought.
Oh, yeah, I know he ain't talking. I know Slim is one of the leader of the thoughts, bro.
He called me Thoughty Pippin. Yes, he did. He's like, oh, we got Thoughty Pippin on Mitchell Ness website. I'm like, bro, you're on Mitchell Ness website every week, bro. What you talking about?
Well,
he's on there every day.
He's got to keep up with Berto. That's all.
He's Byron Thought.
Berto's the king thought, bro. Because nobody. You don't even have to smile at his pictures, bro.
Yes, speaking of thought, I just thought it was kind of cool because before I went live, I just got a like, and it was and I'm not rubbing this in, Snacks.
I know you ain't talking about Pink Ranger, bro.
Nah, it was Mitch Richmond. He just liked my photo.
A random photo?
A random photo.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh, that's real ghost status.
They're besties now. Him and Rock.
I think he wants to sign that jersey in there. I think that's what
you see that. That's what he's trying to do.
I think he lost sleep over it.
He lost sleep.
He's trying to fave all your pictures so that he can sign your jersey one day.
You know what? Like I should have had him sign this real quick, man. Like I don't know why I wasn't thinking, but I should have had him sign this.
Yeah, they're on TMC.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It would have been so dope.
Yeah.
Bro. Like I don't know.
That could have been a mission to have all three of them sign it.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I know Chris Mullen, he's probably the easiest because he does post conference like interviews at Chase, and he signs for free. Like at the end of it, you just gotta wait when he's done talking, and then he'll come out and take pictures with fans.
Did you already have the Mullen jerseys that Mitchell Ness threw up the other day? You already have both?
I have Mullen's rookie, and then I have the Run TMC one. But the thing is, I got to get it tailored because it's like a size 54, which is why you don't really see me wear it. But I've been meaning to get that tailored. But yeah, I should have had him sign this. I don't know why. I've had this hat in my collection for years.
Yeah.
So my mission in life is to have me and John Cena be best friends. So next time you go live, John Cena's gonna be next to me. Like, yo, hey, what up?
Oh no!
Me and John Cena will be playing. Me and John Cena will be playing Madden.
Snacks, that would hurt Rez and Big John. That would hurt them both.
Huh?
I said that would hurt Rez and Big John.
Nah.
I'm gonna be best friends with all y'all heroes. Except for mine.
I'm telling you though, I'm gonna meet Eddie George, Bo Jackson. It's coming.
Oh, boy.
It's coming, bro.
It's a challenge now.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Bro, what is going on right now that you're meeting like all my favorite players?
They're coming to the Bay. So, yo, what does that say, man?
I don't know what that say. That say that you're lucky. I don't know what the hell Eddie George doing over there.
I don't know.
He's even on a nickname basis with Scottie Pippen. He calls him Pippen.
I know he calling me be a pit. Like what?
I'm still. Yo, Pip and me go way back, bro.
I know. They go back.
We go back to the finals, bro.
All right, fellas.
Nah, but real quick, man, before I end it, man, I just to update. So tomorrow I'm actually gonna be flying out. I'm gonna be flying out for my mother-in-law's services. So I'm gonna be there for about a week. So I will not be going live next week. I'm just giving you guys a heads up.
Gotcha.
Stay tuned though, because I might be bringing my camera out there. So I'm gonna have some time to kind of explore a little bit. So I've been there before, but You know, I might have some new content. I might do a vlog or something while I'm out there.
Where is it?
You just
Huh?
Where in
I'm
California?
gonna be going to New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
be cautious, Rez, when you're vlogging when you eat, because we all know Slim. He likes to screen grab the eating of anything. He gets that screen grab, man.
I know, man. Trust me. There's a lot of green chili out there in New Mexico. So I don't want to be like, you know, or eat something like that. But yeah, no, it's definitely a different vibe out there. Like when I was out there before, this was before I got back into YouTube, but like there was a lot of, it's a very quiet town, but there's like a lot of like nice scenery out there. So, you know, I'll probably record a vlog while I'm out there one day on one of our free days, and then I'll upload it on the channel. But yeah, I won't be going live next week, guys. So I hope to resume it after next week. So I will put a reminder out also on my stories, just FYI, so you guys are not like, yo, where's Rez? What happened? You know, so you guys know. But
I need to say one thing. Yo, Bay Area, how come when I go live, you're in the streets, you're in your car, you with your girl, but when Rez go live, you chilling, you got all the time in the world. I see how it is. I see how it is, Bay Area.
No, Rez goes live on Wednesday nights. You go live on Friday nights, Saturday nights.
Yeah, because I live in the East Coast. It's almost midnight over here. We're sacrificing our time.
Real quick though, I'm probably gonna have some challenge. It's like it wasn't a challenge, but it could be a challenge. Probably Sunday, Monday. Mighty fan, I think you'll do really good with this one.
Yeah.
Show us a diamondback hat with a patch on the side.
Mighty, Mighty POV, man. If you guys, like I said, if you guys are really interested, I think you guys will be good contestants for that battle, man. I think it'd be a great one. I think it'll be good for you to grow your channels and put yourselves out there. And two, I think if you want to potentially make some money out of it, you know, like I said, it's free.
Whoa, hey, wait, time out. And the chat can be ruthless, man. Ruthless animals. You got to have a strong personality. I'll tell you that, because the chat can be pretty harsh.
Just smile.
I can't see all the chat stuff anyhow. Like it goes so quick, it's hard to.
There's a guy in there. I'm not gonna say his name, but he talks a lot of shit. And you will know who I'm talking about if you guys join the battle.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's told me already multiple times. Oh, I just do it out of fun. You know, I know you're new and I don't really know you that way. I'm like, I don't take anything that anybody says online as fucking offense to me. I take it as somebody trying to be a keyboard warrior. That's all I look at it as. But, you know,
yeah, no, that's totally how it is. Like I know how that whole game rolls, man. So it's not gonna bother me in one bit.
Like Snack said, be ready if you do decide to join, because there are some people in there that are ruthless. Like in the chat, some people say some fucked up things, but like I said, man, I'm looking at it like, yo, I'm here. I was invited to be here. Let's get this challenge. Let's try and win this, and that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah, dude, insults are not going to hurt me. I've been to many comedy venues where comedians have gone after me, so I'm good.
Real quick, Mac just said we need another judge for Friday if anybody's interested for the tag team jersey battle. Yeah, sorry guys, I won't be in that battle. I know I was supposed to be one of the judges, but unfortunately I got family duties, man. So
I thought we got another judge.
I think he backed out. I think it was Ciotti, right? Or something.
Ciotti backed out? See, Sidney Crosby told him to back out. Tell you what, you can't trust those guys from Western PA.
I won't be in that battle, unfortunately.
Who are the talent? Who are the judges? I'm curious.
I thought it was Mac, and I think it was.
It's changed a few times. I forget.
Yeah, because everybody that's part of the are usually judges. So, who the hell are you gonna get for judges?
So, do we gotta postpone this thing, Mac? I guess Mac, he can hit up in the message, but
bruh, whoever's gonna judge, you better get the right judges, man.
Like I said, man, like
it's a big, you know, it's myself and Nostalgia Boy versus J-Dub and Luca and the Jaguars. So you know,
that would be a good one.
You guys ain't promoting it very well. I'll tell you that.
You guys got Ayaz, right? You guys got Ayaz as a judge, Ciotti.
Ayaz is a judge,
and then J-Dub is going to be one, right? I think
J-Dub's a competitor.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to be battling, and then you have so Mac. So that's three, right? Mac, Ciotti, and
I think they want like I think they want more judges for this one. All I know is I've been getting messages at like near midnight when I'm trying to sleep. You know, it's not really appreciated, guys.
Oh man.
Oh,
Jersey
King
X
Leo.
problem.
That's right. And Anthony Luna. Yeah, you guys should be set then. You got Ayaz, King Leo, Anthony, and Mac.
King Leo,
Mac
yeah.
not judging.
Mac's not judging.
You know? Yeah, you might have to judge Mac if you don't have anybody. Well, you got three judges. 3 judges should be good enough, right?
Nah, not for that. You need more than that. You don't want 3 people to. Ooh, I can't wait to see this shit.
Like I said, I know I was originally one of the judges, man. You know me, like I'm always down, but I just can't. I mean, I don't know what my schedule is gonna be like on Saturday or Friday night. You know, I'm gonna be in another state, so you know.
Well, I hope it all goes well there, Rez, and thoughts and prayers to the family. And thanks again for hosting this. It was fun and a great topic. And shout out to all you guys and the guys who were in here earlier. And I'm gonna bounce. I need to sleep.
All right,
unless the
I ain't
guys
gonna lie, this was the
like,
funniest live
like
ever, man. The funniest one.
Yeah, no, like thank you guys again. Like I said, man, I do these live streams every Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, different topics every week. I do take requests, so please hit me up if you guys want me to talk about something specific. And these live streams are usually, for the most part, they're pretty good. You know, sometimes it can get a little intense, but at the end of the day, it's all love. Our hearts are on the right.
I can't remember a moment.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
Oh, don't
Yeah, the next topic should be Eli should turn on the light and back the fuck up a little bit.
Nah, bro. The dog, I'm just chilling, bro.
I got you, Mac. You're not judging. I got it.
Oh,
man.
Something.
All right, man. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys very soon.
All right, yo.
Smiling up in New Yorkers. That's not good.
Have a safe trip, Rez. Have a safe trip.
All right, thank you, bro.
All right.
Sure, man.
Take care, Red.